Good evening, service crew. Fighting Pilot Extraordinary Ace Windfall. Ready for takeoff. Happy Monday, everyone. I'm back. Tadaima. Have a good night, Joe, if you're truly heading out. Also, Joe, that was really cool. Asmodian, Mako, happy Monday, welcome in. Gabriel, presumably, is already asleep, so have a good night. What's up, guys? Been a bit. I am back from the mystical, magical, cold land of Chicago. And I think it's time to catch up. It's been a bit since we've done a free chat, too, so I like doing it when I get back, because then it's an excuse for me to also do a free chat. And also just talk. Which I do that a lot, right? But there's a different vibe. It is extremely cold here. It's cold in Chicago, it's cold here, it's cold everywhere. We're in the winter months, boys and girls. I'm in my blanket. I got my tiny bowl. I realized because I was away, I don't have groceries. I didn't go grocery shopping. I probably should have done that today because I decided to, you know, take the day off, give myself some time, right? So in my tiny little bowl, I have some Honey Nut Cheerios. Just not milk or just raw Honey Nut Cheerios because I wanted something to eat with my tea. And that was like the only thing that I had that like I think fit well with some green tea. Honestly, I think it hits, but these things are at least from 6 months ago. The good news is they don't expire until April 2025, so I'm not gonna die. What's up, Mayu? Happy Monday, welcome in. Thank you for the welcome back. Raw? You talking about my Honey Nut Cheerios? Yeah, I mean them raw. Or is raw inherently just a weird word to call them? I guess dry might be the better word, right? But my immortality? Hold on, I need to get information on that one. When did I become immortal? Crazy news, internet reached the mountains of my parents' house. Oh, nice! Very nice, Mako. I forgot, or I didn't realize that was an issue with you before, that you couldn't get your internet up there. Very nice. Well, welcome on into the land of living. Are Cheerios already baked when you get them? Well, I mean, like, when I say raw, I mean without milk. So yeah, dry, I guess. I guess maybe, I like, I've never really thought about that before, but yeah, I guess raw is really the right word. You just say dry. But to me, cereal is finished when it has milk in it. So if I don't have milk in it, it's raw. It's just that you can eat this raw, like you can't eat cookie dough raw. You shouldn't eat cookie dough raw. But, that's not gonna stop me. Unrelatedly. Guy here and you said you won't die. Oh, yeah! I am immortal, May. It's because of my raw Cheerios. That makes no sense. What's up, Ben? What's up, Sultari? What's up, Opaque? Sultari, congratulations on your continued promotion to Service Crew Chief. Ow. What's up, Blammy? Happy Monday as well. Welcome in, everyone. Happy times and welcome back, King. Thank you, Sultari. So as your Lego was saying, I got back from the mystical magical land of Chicago, the Windy City as it's called. Or, as I realized when I was trying to find out the stream name, I don't know if I've ever made this joke before, but I just got back from they call it the Windy City, but when I'm up there, it's the Windfall-y City. Thank you, thank you. The tomatoes could not come quick enough. Also, what's up, spare parts? Parts, I'm gonna give you a kiss. There you go. Don't tell them. They don't know that I'm holding you during this. No, but I went up for I don't know if you guys know about I don't know if you guys know this about me, but I like to play fighting games, right? That's where the fighting pilot comes from. I like to play some fighting games. So I went to Chicago for a annual event, an annual tournament as it's called Frosty Faustings. And so that's the majority of what I'm going to talk about today is that and the general things I did up there, including but not limited to the fact that I went to my favorite location in possibly the entire United States, Round 1 Arcade, because they have my favorite game, I think ever? I don't know, that's really saying something, but at the very least, my favorite arcade game, Dance Around, where I got new high scores, which was really surprising because I definitely was not there as often as I was like the last few times I was in Chicago, but like that idle work is clearly paying off because I smashed some records there. It was actually fantastic. That's Mike is on cool and see, haha. Blammy shot it too early. The fool. experience much wind when I went to Chicago. Maybe it's just not windy in the summer. Maybe not. One thing I heard from there it is. One thing I heard semi-recently from a Chicago native is that first and foremost, most people who look up things will tell you that technically it's not called the Windy City because of the wind. It's called the Windy City because some politician or whatever. I don't know. I'm not from Chicago. I don't know it. But like, apparently, supposedly it's not called Windy City because of the wind. But also, it is also windy. Specifically, apparently in the winter, there's called, I could be getting this wrong, I think it's called the lake chill effect, which is because the Great Lakes, the one being close to Chicago being the Erie. What Great Lake is near Chicago? Michigan, the Immenholmes. Thank you, Syria. Happy Monday, welcome on in. Look, I don't know, I wasn't near Chicago. I was near Chicago. I was in, fuck. Okay, so it's in the Michigan. It's Lake Michigan. It's a big lake, and for those, and like the Great Lakes are effectively inland seas, which means they're real big and they're real deep. So they keep their temperature really nice. So my understanding of the lake chill or the lake chill effect, that's what I'm going with. The lake chill effect is that when it does wind in Chicago, that wind has come off the lake, and that lake is a lot colder than the surrounding area because that lake keeps its not heat, and that's why it gets really, really cold. The end. That's me presenting my 6th grade science speech to my teacher. You see the shiny nut? Shiny Sultari, what? I don't think I saw the shiny nut. Do you want to explain that one? When I think of shiny, I think Pokemon. When I think of nut, I think of like cashews. I don't know what a shiny nut is. Unless you mean something related to like spare parts-esque nuts. Now I'm interested. What? Got my Grandmasters yesterday. Very nice. Oh god, I shouldn't be eating these raw. I wasn't thinking. Very nice, Mako. Congratulations on getting Masters. That's not your first time in Masters, is it? I feel like you've done a lot of work in that. And honestly, I'd be surprised if that was your first time in it. But either way, very nice. Or was it just it got reset? Either way, still very nice. Still Idle Month. Technically, it is the month that we had Idle Month. Whether or not it's still Idle Month can be argued in a court of law. However, I'm not a lawyer, so we can say whatever we want. But in the case that you're talking about, Ben, it is still Idle Month because I went up to Chicago and I did my dance round. I did really well, and that's because Idle Month. You're right. Idle Month never dies. Oh, because you showed me Grand Blue. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Mako. I'm glad you stuck with it, honestly. Seeing people like pick up fighting games and then stick with them and actually like get good at them is it's a very satisfying feeling, right? It's really nice when someone finds something that they like take interest in, they like get good, and to be part of the person that like introduces someone to it, it's a good feeling. It's really nice. So congrats, Mako. Like, Missouri's called the Show Me State because of a made-up story about a lawyer. Wait, what? What's the story about the lawyer? Did Saul Goodman come from Missouri and was like, hey, show me on this receipt here where it says I can't sue you? That's my Missouri accent. I don't know what they sound like in Missouri. Michigan. Oh, like Michigan, right? That's what Wisteria was talking about. I'm scrolling up through chat. This is my favorite part of free chatting, when I have to read all the chat messages, and I'm always... Oh, I'm real far behind. I'm catching... Don't worry, I'll catch up. This is my favorite part. It's the Windy City because Mr. Windfall flew down there. So the wind came with him. That's true. They only started calling it the Windy City 2 years ago? The bean. Oh, the shiny nut as in, did I see the bean in Chicago, Sultari? I understand. I got the context now. To my understanding, no, I wasn't in like downtown Chicago, right? Frosty Faustings takes place in Lombard, Illinois, which is technically outside Chicago, but it's in the Chicago metropolitan area, so I count it. And also, I don't know if this is true or not, Sultari. I've been told that you can't go see the bean anymore. They locked that shit up. I don't know if that's still true. But at some point in the last 2 years, for some extended period of time, possibly continuing into now, you can't see the bean anymore. They like cover that up. I don't know if that's true. Is the bean open? Yeah, is the bean open? Thank you. I'm glad I knew exactly. The bean is back! Oh, the bean is back, baby! Came back in June of last year. So apparently, you can go see the bean now. Congratulations, everyone. The Missouri is called the Show Me State because it has a shoemies. Has a shoemies? What is a shoemies? Oh, a show me is like a restaurant? Live near a lake. Every night, wind that goes over the lake gets colder and into the sea. Yes, exactly. That's a wind chill effect, Ben, allegedly. I don't know if that's a scientific term, but that's apparently what people from Chicago possibly call it, assuming my memory is correct. My first master, very nice, Mako. First, but not the last. It's usually called Cloudgate, but people have unanimously decided that is incorrect. Oh, the bean, right? No one's gonna call it Cloudgate. It is just, yes, the bean, also known as Cloudgate, is open to the public in Millennium Park, Chicago. Thank you, AI Overview. No one's gonna call it Cloudgate. It looks like a bean. It's the bean, right? It needs a, what better name is there than the bean? I think every time it gets brought up, people talk. I think you bring it up with Wisteria that's called something else, and it's just like, you can't get better than the bean. It's, people like, B words are funny. That's something that's a standard in comedy, and people just like saying bean. Beans from Even Stevens, the bean, mean green jelly, what is it called? Mean bean toe beans? There's some bean related like bad guys. Or no, like the beans from like the Tech Decks. Dude, that's a stretch. I don't know who's from the 90s here. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? Where it was like the little like wobbly beans. I think they were just called beans with a Z. And you would like put them on your Tech Deck or something. I think it was just they were similar products. I don't think they were actually related at all. But I saw them on Tech Deck commercials or vice versa. Completely unrelated. So someone transformed a Sulcum in a video the other day. Wait, what? You mean just like one of those meme videos where it like transforms them? He was flying? What's the bean? Mayu, the bean is here. I can pull up a picture for it. You might have seen it in popular media before. I'm very far behind. But Mayu, the bean that I was talking about for a second there, also known as Cloudgate, is a landmark, I guess you would call it. Yeah, a landmark in Chicago. It's a man-made structure, which looks like... I can't do this, can I? It does, man, I gotta down, there's something I can download that will let me like crop images, but I always just forget to do it. But it's this thing, Mayu. It's just a giant metal reflective surface that, you know, looks like a bean, so people call it the bean. And it's really cool. Never been at all, but I just like seeing it because it's just like, I don't know, it's just the bean. Well, you can't beat it. You can't beat it. It's still locked. It's not locked anymore. I'm super behind in chat, but yes, it's not locked anymore. We're so back, Bean Bros. Ace Windchill. The Ace Windchill effect in Chicago. Hey, I'm flying here. Ace Windmill is Ace because from the Netherlands. Oh, right! You've talked about that before as well, Blamey. Never when we bring it up, that's the other thing, is the critter hates that people call it the bean, so it's even funnier to call it the bean. We're watching cool shows lately. Sakamoto Days has been pretty good. Nice! Sakamoto Days, is that recent? I feel like the manga's been out for a while, but no, I haven't. Joe, what I've been watching recently has been Taskmaster still. However, I'm almost done. I'm almost caught up with Taskmaster finally. I only have the 2025 New Year's treat, and then I'm all caught up, and then I'm just gonna watch it as it airs now, which is great, because now I can go watch other things. Side note, while I was up there, I was in like a hotel room with 3 other people, right? Because you want to split your hotel room so you get the most bang for your buck, because hotel rooms are expensive. You're gonna be there for 4 days, and it's a nice bonding experience. And I was like, I realized that the TV, I think I realized this last year or 2 years ago or something like that, but like the TV now has like YouTube on it. So me, I was like, oh, here, I'm gonna put on Taskmaster, just episodes I've already watched, right? I'm not gonna watch new stuff because it was on like the guest account on the TV. But I was like, I'm gonna put Taskmaster on. I'm just gonna like leave it on until someone like changes it, just to be like some background stimming stimulus, right? And I was watching it for a little bit, not even watching it. I was like, it was on the background while I was like doing my gotcha dailies. And one of the roommates walked in and they said, Ace, what is this show? And I explained Taskmaster. I'm like, oh, I know this show, but I don't like this one. I don't like the British one. Because apparently one of my roommates just doesn't like the British, which is an insane statement. But as a compromise, we then turned on the Australian and the New Zealand versions, which they liked more. But me, as an OGer, I knew that they were just bland copies of the original. But honestly, I actually really liked the Australian one. The Australian was actually kind of fun. But it was just like, it just didn't hit the same. But now I've experienced different types of Taskmaster, and I gotta say, I really respect that in season 2, episode 7 or 8, I don't know what it was. It was one of the ones that I actually watched, like paid attention to watched. There was a bit where you had to go full slop mode, and then one of the I was gonna say characters, one of the contestants on it, decided to do a slip slop slap campaign ad, where they went full slop mode, right? And I understood that reference because Australian viewer Rulunaris explained what slip slop slap was, and that is still stuck in my head as one of the best terms ever. For those that don't know, slip slop slap is an Australian term for slipping on your sandals, slopping on some sunscreen, and slapping on a hat that you tell the kids when they're gonna go out in the hot Australian sun and they don't get sunburned. So there you go. But yeah, that's what I've been watching, Joe. After that, I'm gonna watch Magnificent Kotobuki, hopefully. I've been watching, outside of the Taskmaster, I've watched a lot of movies recently that I don't know if I ever mentioned on stream. I watched House, like, a few weeks ago. The Japanese movie House, which was, as I found out, like, while watching, I was like, I've seen bits of this before. And I found out, like, today that it's from, like, I think I watched a Captain Christian? I think that's the name of the YouTube channel. I watched a YouTube video of it like 2 years ago, because I was like, I feel like I've seen bits of this before. But that was a really good movie. It's on HBO Max if you guys have it. It's just a very solid Japanese comedy horror film, for lack of a better word. And also, if my memory serves correctly, it may or may not be the inspiration for the scary piano in Mario 64. What else did I watch? I've also watched God, what are the other movies I watched? I watched a few others. If I can think of them, I'll bring them up. But I gotta say, House is like a definite get to. Oh, I rewatched Twin Peaks Fire Walk with Me, and I think hopefully sometime this week I want to rewatch Mulholland Drive, because it's been a while since I've seen that one. I want to like light a fire. I want to get like lights down low, and I want to watch Mulholland Drive sometime in like the next week or two, because that's like another movie that I think Lynch is at like a peak at, and I only watched it the one time, so I want to rewatch and just see how I feel with it, right? It's gonna get interesting. Some people also like intentionally calling it the wrong name because the initial report didn't like it. Yeah. Heard he's warmed up to it now. We're talking about Dave's sample an Arknight song. Wait, what? That's cool. OBS can crop already. What does it do? The bean doesn't do anything, Mayu. Going back to this one, the bean is just cool. It doesn't need to do anything. It's just the bean. Also, I know OBS can do like this. It can like crop, but it can't like, I can't just drag an image into OBS. Or at least I can't drag an image from Chrome. What am I? Firefox. There we go. I was like, I'm not using Chrome. What is it called? From Firefox into OBS, because for some reason it just doesn't like it. Show me giantly perfectly reflected beans are naturally occurring. At least not in my neck of the woods. Maybe they are in Chicago. Asmodean, this could be a domesticated bean, right? You know, like Monster Hunter, where they like capture a monster. Maybe they capture this bean, they brought it back to like experiment on it. Made a giant reflective bean. The Medi's called the bean. One of those popular manga I got on anime recently. That's what I thought, because I've heard about Sakamoto Days for like years, right? Just were Beastars. What? That's. I don't know anything about either. I know about Beastars and I know about Sakamoto Days, and that's actually surprising that. Usually, like, it's very rare that like maybe it is, maybe it's not rare, but it's rare to me that a mangaka has like multiple hits, and I know both of those ones, so to me they're hits. So it's surprising they're by the same author. Which Taskmaster? Have you watched the other country's version of Taskmaster? There we go, Ben. I already answered that question a little bit, didn't I? But I mostly the British one. I only have the 2025 New Year's treat, and then I'm all caught up with the British version of Taskmaster, the original and true version. Everything else is just a what's it called? A derivative. which I think is the biggest thing against the other versions. Is just like, I watched the Australian and New Zealand version, I was like, this is literally just the British version, but without Alex and Greg, who I've sat through 18 seasons with them now. They're like family to me. And seeing people who aren't Alex and Greg do the tasks, it's very difficult. The New Zealand Alex, not that great. The Australian Alex, though, was honestly the highlight of it. And I think that's why the Australian one, I think I warmed up to that one a lot more. Because the Australian Alex, whose name is not Alex, I don't know what their names were because I watched like 2 to 4 episodes total, right? But like, that guy actually, I think, like, fit every single, like, bit perfectly, and he was a bit more like smug in the way that he was being Alex, instead of more dry and despondent. I don't know if that's the right word, but oh, it is a different person, Sultari. That would make a lot more sense. That's a reasonable take. Thank you. I only have reasonable takes, Mayu. Here the British are caught him right as Americans. They're valuable allies now. I like the British. I have nothing wrong against the British unless they're gonna make me eat their food. But it depends on what food, because every time I hear about British people, they always talk about chicken shops, and I'm very jealous that we don't have chicken shop culture here. But we're getting there. Hot chicken is getting close to it, right? There is also Taskmaster Jr. I don't know. I don't know if I want to watch kids doing Taskmaster stuff, because it might work. Because the biggest thing with Taskmaster Jr. is like, I do like the both the Taskmaster and the assistant are former contestants, right? And the assistant is specifically Mike, last name unknown, right? And he was like my favorite. I actually really enjoy his humor from when he was on the show, and he feels like he'd be perfect for that role. I might like watch 1 episode, but I don't know. I feel like that would be more for kids than for me. It's just I can't imagine me being like, yeah, look at those kids, they're doing great on this show. No, I want to imagine myself doing it. Never look at Danger Force Season 2 Episode 1. What's Danger Force Season 2 Episode 1? You can't just say that, because then people are gonna look it up like me. I'm not gonna look it up now because you normally are true with these things, but I'm not gonna look it up. That was one of my favorite films of all time. Ooh, it was really good. I really enjoyed it because it was just such a David Lynch experience, right? And like, after I watched it, I like, read up on it, as you do when you watch a good movie, and it was like, Mulholland Drive theoretically could have been like a pilot episode for a new series from Lynch. And it's so interesting to think about, like, what if that was a series, right? And the same way that like Twin Peaks theoretically could have just been a pilot turned movie, because there was like, I don't know if you've ever seen it. Anyone who's seen Twin Peaks, Sultari specifically at the very least, if you've ever seen like the extended European pilot of Twin Peaks, which just turns it basically into a movie, it's very interesting. Obviously, I don't think they had as much budget or time to like tool the pilot into a full movie like they clearly did with Mulholland Drive, but it's such an interesting concept, right? Why the make of it doesn't do anything? Because it looks pretty. Art, Mayu. People like seeing things. Look, Mayu, are you telling me that you wouldn't spend like a couple, I don't know, I'm gonna say $1 million on a giant reflected bean? Look how many people there are. I would do this. This is beauty. This is art. Surface Screw, you guys want to install a bean in the hangar? I want to watch Sicario. Ooh, I've always wanted to watch that as well, because that's a movie from the director of Arrival, if memory serves correctly. And Arrival is a fantastic movie, and I think I've liked yeah, it's Villeneuve. Yes, yeah, it's Denis Villeneuve, who did Arrival. He also did the Dune movies, Dune and Dune Part 2, and he did Blade Runner 2049. Like, yeah, Sicario is in that same vein, because like everything this man has done from Arrival onward has hit. So I imagine Sicario and Enemy are the other two that I always hear about from the director. I imagine both those also go insanely hard. I hate what you see. Why bring it up then? We have chicken chops. Also, checked America has way more chicken chops than we do. Thank you, Teal. Happy Monday, Teal. Log on in. I'm very far up in chat. I think. I'm not that far up in chat. I'm always like one thing behind. Do you not have chicken shops, Mayu? I mean, it feels like whenever I watch British stuff, you guys all have like a local chicken shop thing. I guess if you're talking about like we have like KFCs, right? Or we have like your Popeyes and stuff like that, but I'm talking like a local chicken shop, like your homegrown one. Which in my experiences, that usually is filled in by like the hot chicken ones, which those aren't usually bigger franchises, those are smaller franchises, if not one-off shops. And I really like those. That's kind of fun. But I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I mean, theoretically, we would, by numbers, probably have more just because we are 8 times the size of Britain, but they have a bunch of chicken places. Man, grass is always greener, Mayu. That's what it is. Grass is always greener. You go to the Chippy, the Chippy. Didn't even know there was anything but the long pilot version. Wait, is that not the one I'm thinking about, Sultari? Yeah, for Twin Peaks, there's the long pilot, which is the European pilot, right? That's why they did it. There's the long pilot, which was the European pilot, and it has like the ending where there's like all I remember from it off the top of my head is there's a small demon circle that they like have lit candles around, and I think Bob is in there. Which is surprising, because I didn't know if they... It's been a while since I've seen the show itself. And I didn't know if they had determined Bob's actor, you know what I mean, at that time yet. Look at his face in the middle of a big city is being taken by a chrome raisin? It's art, though. What are they going to put there, a chicken shop, mate? Why is there a giant metal bean? This is the bean. Because I was in Chicago, Teal. We can shrink it down a little bit. That's not that important. But we're gonna keep it there because people need to see the bean. I didn't see the bean because I didn't go to that part of Chicago, but that's why that's there. Do one local chicken shop. That's more than I do. That's probably a lie. I probably have multiple, but I probably have some local ones, but I just don't know them yet. I think I'm caught up. Shop like the cooking technique. Oh no, shops. Like a place that you go and get food at. Yes. Like 4 local chicken. See, there we go. Teal's over here drowning in chicken. There's like 60 fast food chicken chains. But that's what I'm saying. We don't want the fast food chains. We want those. We want the locals. We don't want your we don't want the KFCs or the Popeyes. I want like that special little touch of some mom or pop just being like, I wanted to come here. I want to make some chicken that my family's been making for the last 70 years, using 11 herbs and spices. That's why they call us the Sanders family. Lynch just saw a crew guy and said, it was like, yeah, he's Bob. It's true. It's just, which honestly, he kind of was. And that's why it was a little bit surprising, where I think in the long pilot, they used that crew member as Bob. So I don't know if the pilot was before or after. Like, I don't remember the timeline of it, right? But like, it's really interesting to me that just a random lighting guy was just like that. Yeah, that's Bob. Which is really cool, but at the same time, kind of sucks, because Bob is not a good person, right? Bob is a bad person, and so it's like that lighting guy just like going about his everyday life is like, man, I'm like the quite literal embodiment of all evil in the world, huh? Kind of messed up. There's a Levantine restaurant down the street from me called Golden Chicken. What's Levantine? That counts. I typically get falafel though, not the chicken. Oh, is Levantine like Latvian or something? Or I don't know what Levantine would be. That's cool though. That is the joke, Mayu. The Sanders family is KFC. KFC is also the one that has 11 herbs and spices. Soul food style chicken is very tasty. I don't think I've had soul food style chicken. I might have, but I think the one that I get the most is I get that hot chicken sandwich, because I like sandwich. I like food that's caressed by bread, because typically one hypothetical that is always thrown at me is, would you, if you could only have bread or rice for the rest of your life, what would you choose? And while I like rice, and while I understand rice can be used in a lot of things, oh no, I just realized that would preclude me from sushi. But like, if you could only have rice or bread, I typically pick bread. Because as a Westerner, I've just had more bread in my diet typically. However, I am just now coming to the realization I wouldn't be able to have sushi. So that would kind of suck. I guess sashimi is the way for me if I were to actually do that hypothetical, but yeah, I like my chicken in sandwich form. Twin Peaks is so good. So Tori, have you rewatched it? Like it's such a good movie. And the saddest thing is, while watching, I was a little bit sad because I think this was my second, maybe third time rewatching Twin Peaks Fire Walk with Me, and I was really saddened by the fact that the only thing that exists in a full, complete form, at least that I have, is the theatrical version. Because while watching it, really early on, I was like, oh, right, I'm not going to get the extended scenes in this, because the extended scenes are their own different thing that you kind of have to watch and, like, in your head put them together, at least for now. I don't know. Some might have released an edit of it right now, but, like, there are so many good scenes that are only in the extended version, like Cooper's introduction where he's talking to Diane, or the extended scene of Cooper and David Bowie, and the scene in the room above a convenience store. Because when it got to that part in the movie, that's when I realized, like, oh, right, I'm not going to get the full scene. I'm going to get the shortened version. And, like, that scene with David Bowie in the room above the convenience store is so different in the theatrical versus, like, the extended actual version of it. And I was a little bit sad. And I need to go back and... I haven't watched the extended scenes yet, but I was just like, I wish I had those. But it's such a good movie. Have a sashimi sandwich. That's just a fish sandwich. That sounds weird. I would try it once, I think. But I think if I'm doing fish on a sandwich, I would rather just do fried fish, like fish fingers or whatever, and put those on bread, because that's what I do whenever I get like fish sticks. You cook like 6 fish sticks, you put them on the bread. Weird little fish sandwich. It's great. It's from the Levant, the eastern coast of the Mediterranean. Oh. Wait, so is the eastern coast of the Mediterranean then like Spain and like Algeria and stuff like that then? Oh. I've never heard of the Levant as a term before. Thank you for enlightening me. Levant region to Asia. Oh, other east, right. Whoops. Yeah, it's talking about like it's talking about like Lebanon, Syria, not about fucking. It's been a while. I forgot. Sometimes you get your east and your west confused. It happens, right? It happens to the best of us. It's on Criterion for a fair price. Wait, real? Did they have? Is there an edited version that has actually everything? Ooh. Just put that in the thing for me for later. I'm gonna check that one out. Director of Blu-ray special features. 90 minutes of lead and alternate things on the film, assembled by Lynch. Oh, this has everything, but I don't think it is re-edited to include it. It's just that it has it, and like that's the thing is, I wish Sultari there was a version that had the missing pieces edited into it, right? Oh yeah. But no, yeah, if you've ever seen it, they're actually really good. The missing pieces. Some of them, understandable why they got cut. There's a scene where the foreman at the log mill, who is the actor from Eraserhead, right? Where there's a scene which adds absolutely nothing to the film, but it's very adorable, where he's explaining what a 2x4 is and how a 2x4 is not actually 2 inches by 4 inches because it gets sanded down after the fact. Absolutely adorable scene. Very understandable why that one got cut. But there's like the extended scene of the room above the convenience store. It's like, I wish that wasn't cut. Or like Cooper getting like a proper introduction where he's talking with Diane. I wish that wasn't cut. There's a scene early on where oh my god, I'm blanking. What's her name? Oh my god, who? Sarah Palmer. Where Sarah Palmer and the Palmer family are having like dinner, like early on, right? Where you see them all just happy and having fun. Because I realized the thing that really got to me, because usually when I watch Fire Walk with Me, the last 2 times I watched it was like after I watched the series. Because I hadn't watched the series at all, like recently, I had just watched Fire Walk with Me, and in just the theatrical version, you don't see Leland until after you find out that Leland is Bob. Like, you don't see Leland at all. So on my most recent rewatch, I was like, oh, that's very different. Like, and I kind of wish there was a scene where you see Leland and Sarah and the mom, like, having fun before, like, everything goes to shit. So yeah, I want someone to edit an entire version of it. Fish finger sandwich with ketchup. Ooh. I'm not a ketchup on my fish person, but I know exactly what you're talking about. You probably you don't west from east. I don't have a compass in front of me, Asmodian. Simple answer. Also, I might be. I don't know. I was gonna say I'm facing south right now, but I actually don't know if that's true or not. I think my internal compass is pretty good. I think I'm facing northwest right now. If my internal compass is a believe, I think I'm facing northwest. Can you? Does my phone have a compass? Old phones used to have a compass. I don't know if these ones do. What direction am I facing? Will this just work? You can determine which direction you're facing by using a compass or by observing the position of the sun. Nice phone. Jerk. Old Lynch collection on Criterion since he passed. Ooh, that seems like a good steal. I want to watch more stuff, so I'm trying to learn to watch at 1.5 speed. That is terrifying, Ben. I couldn't. I understand the idea of doing that because I'm gonna be real. There are some times where it's like, I just kind of want to get this to get through with, but I feel like that ruins so much in artistry, right? It's one of those things where it's like, are you consuming to consume, or are you consuming for another's sake? And I think generally speaking, I try to, like, when I'm consuming to just consume, right? Like Taskmaster or something, I could possibly see myself watching at 1.5 speed, even though that would ruin some stuff. But like anything like a movie or like a piece of media that I truly do care about, I could never do it at 1.5 speed because that just ruin everything that was theoretically like crafted to be at those speeds. Like I made videos before, right? I put videos on my YouTube. They're pretty solid. And like the timing, I don't think I have anything that's like super duper timing intensive, right? But like it definitely would be weird to have like yeah, this is so much better at 1.5 speed. I guess I've seen that in the case of like music or something like that, where it turns into a nightcore. But like for like a different piece of media, that'd be like a little like, man, think the direction of your road or something. That's what I did, Mayu. And I'm pretty sure I'm facing northwest. The thing is that the road isn't north and south directly here. It's like tilted, which I learned about only a few months ago. Because I was like, oh yeah, it's that way. And they're like, Ace, no, it's actually not that way. The road is tilted here. I was like, what? Hey, what's up, Nukiashi? Happy Monday, welcome on in. Cosine touch grass. Which side your sunset on? That's true. That's also a good point. Yeah, I'm facing northwest then. Because I'm pretty sure... Because, yeah, in the fall... It hasn't happened recently, but in the fall, like on Sundays, right? When I stream before the sun was setting, the sun would be going right through that window that's right there that you guys can't see. Because you guys see the windows behind me. Those windows don't have the sun in it, typically. Unless I put the sun in there, but that's because it's Halloween, that's spooky. Don't worry about that. But yeah, because the sun is definitely going through the window, which is why... Oh yeah, Sorcerer, I need to go get blinds. Not blinds, I need curtains. I talked about that on like Tuesday, I think. Because I realized that having curtains would help keep the warm in. Which I'm going to need, because it's real cold. I just watch films and series just to pass time while doing something else. It worries me sometimes. I definitely get like the watching series. Watching films is a bit rougher for me. I definitely try to make it so that I actually like pay attention, because I definitely don't want to be... I imagine someone put a lot of effort into a piece of work, and so I want to like sit down and respect it. Which is why like when I was explaining I want to watch Mulholland Drive, I want to light a fire, I want to dim the lights, and I want to watch Mulholland Drive. I like treating my movies as like an experience. I try to do the same for TV shows. Typically, I'll do it big for like the finale of something, right? Like Full Metal Alchemist. I think I watched the finale of that like at night, lights off, and just being like, ooh, wrapped in my blanket, and just being like, oh boy, howdy. Ruin suspense of musicals. I'm watching a musical 1.5 speed. I'm just imagining everything turns into the Muppets musical at 1.5 speed. But yeah, it would ruin suspense, which I guess that's the thing is, Ben, I watch a lot of, drama is like my favorite type of movie. Whether suspense drama or just like character drama. Those are really good things that I enjoy. I think I talked about this one before. Speaking of movies, Joe mentioned that earlier. Another movie I watched, which I don't know if I brought that up or not. I watched, I finally got to watch Another Round, the Danish movie with Mads Mikkelsen, where he plays a history teacher who is kind of like disenchanted. He's a little bit burnt out. And so he and his colleagues decide, hey, what if we start day drinking? Because there's a theory that the human blood alcohol concentration is like 0.8 or 0.08% like lower than what it should be. And so if you have a small buzz going all day around, your life is generally better. And it was really interesting. It was a really fun movie. And it's very clear, like they're like, we gotta be careful with this. We don't want to become just alcoholics, right? And like, I think that was a really fun character movie. I would recommend that. I everyone agree with this. You gotta keep it low though, Mayu. You gotta keep it low. Don't go too high. Don't go full alcoholic, right? But there are things. It was a Velvet. Happy Monday, Velvet. Welcome in. How's your Grand Blue Fantasy Versus stream, Velvet? Welcome. We're currently talking through, oh god, what were we doing? We're talking about, technically I'm supposed to be talking about we just got back from Fosse Faustings. We got back from Chicago. And I'm supposed to be talking about that. But right now I'm talking about alcohol and how, according to some Danish professor, that's a lie. I don't know if he was Danish. Some professor, the human body temperature, that's not true. The human blood alcohol content is slightly lower than it should be. And by having a small buzz at all times, everything gets better. Not true. Or is it? Decide on your own. We are grinding to Grandmaster on my honest character for the season ends Friday. Very nice, Velvet. Mega was in here earlier. I don't know if Mega's still here, but Mega was talking about how they just got Master on their honest character, Gran. And you can call Gran an honest character because they're free to play. You make an intro outro screen. Very nice. You have any plans for anything in particular? Or are you going to be a very simple one that I see a lot of people do is intro outros. You get a little you put all your favorite gifs on it and just be like, I'm starting soon. I'm be real. When I was a much younger man, I did exactly that. I had a screen. This is a little Ace Windfall lore. Way long in the long before we had things like Discord that you could like stream your screen to. I think you technically could have done it on Skype, but I think it sucked on Skype. So in the long before, when Skype was like the only thing you could use, and I don't think Skype was great, I had a separate Twitch account where I would stream movies from my friends, and we would go into a Skype call and we would we would watch the movie and just talk on Skype. And that was called, I had an intro screen for that. It was called Spooky Boogie Night because it was originally for Halloween movies. Because during the month of October, we would do like every Friday, we would watch like 2 to 3 scary movies every Friday and like, you know, drink and just have fun and do that. So I had a screen, I had an intro screen which said it's Spooky Boogie Night and had every single skeleton gif I could find on it. It was immaculate. So if you're matching that energy or better, you can't go wrong. Of course, the Danish made a film about day drinking. That's part of the movie, actually, Asmodean, is that, like, it's talking about, like, the Danish have a high important of, like the opening of the movie is a bunch of kids doing a run around a lake, a keg run, that's not what it's called, like a run where they have beer and they have to like sit and drink and like go around, which is like presumably I'm gonna assume a fairly common thing, right? Where it's like, oh, we're gonna run, we're gonna drink, and like, you know, celebrate our alcohol in that way, right? And the movie kind of like touches on it, where it's like, yeah, about how much of it there is in like Danish culture in a little bit, and how like, you know, moderation is key. Been a bit, but I would recommend it. It's a very good movie. My AFK stream that I made years ago. We are sworn enemies of the Danish, and that's Mads my king. Real Soltari. I'm sorry your ancestry makes you, what's the word? Makes you opposed to the Danish. But I'm glad you at least fully understand that Mads Mikkelsen is something special about him. That's Spooky Boogie. Yes, Spooky Boogie. Because I never watched Psycho Pass, but Spooky Boogie is a banger like term. I know it's like the villain of Psycho Pass or whatever, but like just as a term, Spooky Boogie is it's lived rent free in my head for years. And the only thing I know it from is that there's like that one YouTube video of every time they say Spooky Boogie in Psycho Pass, and I've watched that multiple times just because you can't say Spooky Boogie without like smiling. It's great. Their language sounds like they're all constantly sloshed. All the languages sound like the other language with a potato in their mouth, or alternatively, all the Nordic languages sound like each other as if they were sloshed. Danish especially. You might have some bias in that, but recommend Psycho Pass, especially in this time. It just seems so unnerving. It's very cyberpunk adjacent, right? Would you say? Seems interesting. If I ever get a chance to, it'd be in something like if I ever like need something to find, it would be something on there. But I definitely got a lot of other stuff in my wheelhouse right now. Like I said, I think Kotobuki is my main one. Violet Evergarden, which you yourself had recommended me for like forever ago, Ben, is up there as well on like the things I want to watch more recently. And then I feel like there's at least one other thing. I'm excited for Frieren season 2 whenever that comes out. Very excited for that. But I know that's gonna be like at least a year off, maybe less, maybe in like fall 2025. But like, no, it's just realistic. If a potato stuck in their throat, that's the one. That's what they all say. Well, so true. Speaking of potatoes, here's the transition. Speaking of potatoes, which are kind of like beans if you think about it. Shall I tell you about my mystical journey up to Chicago? So, one cold winter morn, we went to Frosty Faustings. It's in Chicago. It's a fun tournament. I went over there with a few people from my locals. I was just a spectator. I roomed with 3 other people, 2 of which were Exert players, and 1 of which was a Melty Blood player. It was really fun. For those that don't know what Frosty Faustings is, it's a large fighting game tournament. If you know what EVO is, which I feel like most of you would probably know what EVO is, because that's like the big one, right? It is an event that takes place over the course of... Frosty Faustings is an event that takes place over the course of technically 2 days. Officially, it's a Friday-Saturday event, but they have some stuff on Thursday, and they have some stuff on Sunday, which are like side events, typically. In which you go and you sign up for games, in my case, you know, just spectating, but like, roommates I went with signed up for like Exerd, one signed up for Exerd and Strive, another one for Melty Blood and Uni, right? You know, you go sign up for your games, you get to play in a double elimination bracket, because that's what almost every, at least in the US, bracket is like. It will be a double elimination bracket where you have to lose twice to be kicked out. And you just go and you play and have fun. And then between the actual, like, your actual, like, matches, you get to go just hang out in the hotel/convention center, right? Where they'll have some really cool stuff. You can go get casuals, which is, you know, what I mostly stuck with. getting casuals at like any of the bunch of setups, because like I think the attendance rate for this was 1,100 people, a little bit over 1,100 people, and it was in the Westin Lombard Convention Center, and there were, I want to say it was 5 ballrooms. There was the main ballroom where they had like your big games of Guilty Gear Xrd, Guilty Gear Strive, Tekken, and Under Night In-Birth 2, Sis Celeste. They had a smaller one where you had like the famous mystery game bracket. We'll talk on that in a second. That has like really cool. You just get to go in like every single round is a different game, right? They had a little area for. Oh God, what other games do they have there? Shoot, like Melted Blood. You know, your Street Fighter Third Strike, your Street Fighter 6. Area for bring your own casuals, like a dedicated area where you can just like bring any game at all. More than 1,100. How much more though? Because I thought I looked it up earlier and I thought it was like 1,184 or something like that. Like I don't know. I don't think it was that much higher than 1,100, but I could be wrong. Register. Oh shit! Oh fuck! What was I looking at? How many people were in Guilty Gear Strive? Was that what I was looking at? Not that. Wait, where did I pull 1,100 out of my ass? Okay, it was a lot more than 1,100 so screw. It was like 3,000 people. 3,493 attendees. Yeah, I'm looking at the start cheat sheet now as well. Whoo! Okay. Might be. So yeah, 3,400 people in this hotel. Bunch of setups. Probably if I had to guess, like usually 4 to a table, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. Is there a map of the venue here actually? Can we do a quick math? They don't have a map of the venue? Man. I should have kept my my venue map. But extremely cool. You get to walk around. They have an artist alley, right? Which I've never been like someone who's been like, I need that art right there. But I do just like walking through the artist alley and just like admiring the different like art and craftsmanship that comes into it. Typically, you know, people with their anime print posters. You get a few bit of keychains here and there. Every so often you get like artists that will do more interesting, more special things. Like this didn't happen at Frosty Faustins. This is usually like a thing you'll see at Comic, but like they'll have people that make their own like plushies or the cross stitching. Is that cross stitching right on little plushies, right? On the Twitter. Scroll down. Click on Frosty Faustins Twitter. Scroll down. Oh, I'm gonna have to scroll on a lot because they're posting a lot of top 8 pictures here. Crochet, that is the term, Ben. Correct. Thank you. Yeah, it's just a really fun experience. Like you walk in, to your left there's the main area where you have like the main ballroom where your Strive, your Street Fighter, your Tekken, all your big games are. And you'll have a bunch of actually, yeah, here. You know what? I will take the effort because then we can go through here. Can we do? Let me go find the image real quick. It's gonna suck. You have a grand ballroom. You have some small stands with like your more official stuff where you'll have like Paradise Arcade where you can get a lot of like spare parts for your stick, right? In case like you need like your buttons are broken or your joystick is broken, which I had to go to last year because my buttons were like all messed up, which is why I now have very nice blue buttons on my boy. There was usually have a thing called the Popcorn Baron, where it's a dude from the Chicago area, I believe, that just makes inordinate amount of popcorn, which are then flavored using any manner of flavoring, which is apparently a huge, like, I want to call it an institution, but that makes it sound like it's something more massive, but it's to my understanding, it's basically just like one guy in his garage making industrial amounts of popcorn that they then sell at usually at majors. Like it's a thing that you see a lot in at Frosty and at Comberg are the two like Chicago tournaments that I get to go to, and I don't know if like if you can just get it any other time of the year, how that works, but that's always a mainstay. And I usually don't get anything, but I'll usually mooch off my roommates who get something, and they'll be like, "Oh, Ace, try this out," and I'll be like, "Okay." And the one that I tried out this year that my roommate offered me was they offered white chocolate strawberry, which I remember you can order in the Discord on the DL. Oh, you can order popcorn on the Discord. Oh, so Popcorn Bear has a Discord, I guess, and you can order popcorn from there. Ooh, neat. Does he? Can you send popcorn through that? You can probably send popcorn through the mail. So that might be it. That's kind of cool, actually. But yeah, from that sound, it probably isn't like a major thing. It's just like you order it at tournaments, or you can just do the license. You need a popcorn license, or you need like a food license to order to like send food through the mail, kind of a thing. Which I assume they probably have. But yeah, so then it's probably a smaller thing, except for at the major events. I'm still scrolling through this dang Twitter, by the way, trying to find this this map. But that's kind of what you have on like the left side. If you keep going forward, you have like your merch stalls where you can get your swag, your hoodies, your sweaters. I'm gonna find this, damn it. You keep going, you're gonna get to like the main artist alley, right, where you're gonna see all your anime prints. You're gonna see your keychains. Ones that I almost always see are like the characters as cats keychains. You usually get I'm gonna find it, dang it. Bunch of like the newest popular characters in different prints. I'm almost there, I feel it. I feel it. I don't think I found it. Wait. Hold on. I think I somehow missed it. Hold on. Control F map. Fuck, that didn't work. Okay, so I'm all out of. Wait, hold on. Just go to the website. Event venue. Oh, Jesus Christ! That was so much harder. I don't know why I was looking. I don't know why I was looking at the Twitter. I could have just gone to their website. So, I'm gonna take you through your little. I got it. We're fixed. We're back in there, boys. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay. So, this looks good, right? Yes. Okay, this should work. Perfect. Service group. Oh wow, this is way too big. Also, here, cut this off. We don't need to see the URL there. There we go. Here is what Frosty Fastings looks like. There we go. Find it. Every city has a guy. St. Louis guy plays a guitar, sometimes shirtless. Does he have a cool name? Ooh. I know I know what you're talking about, Asmodee, where everyone has like a guy. Because it makes me think of Red Letter Media has talked about Milwaukee has the Milverine, which is just a dude that walks around shirtless and kind of looks like Hugh Jackman Wolverine. And like every city's got that guy, right? His name is the Popcorn Baron. It's true. Does it show? So here is. There we go. So this is like weird and cut off, but basically, zoom out a little bit. Can we not zoom out? There we go. Zoom out. So this is like you walk in here. This is the main entrance. You can see my cursor, right? Yes. Okay. Here, let's also cut and that way we can make this a little bit bigger. Perfect. There it is, by the way. Editor, zoom in. So there's your popcorn. So you walk in the front door. You'll have like your big merch stands of like Victrix, which is a type of fight stick, which Victrix is the one I'm thinking of. You can also get like, they have really nice metal finish fight sticks, which you can give them something and they can engrave it onto the fight stick, which they look extremely clean, very neat. Gaming Gen, which is Gaming Generations, which I assume is just I actually don't know what they have here. Gamers for Gamers is this has like a lot of plushies and it has like a lot of shirts and typically has like used games from what I remember, right? Here's your official like Frosty Faustings merch. This is where you get your shirts, your hoodies and such. When you take a left in this lobby, you gotta go through like a little line where they check your bags, but then you get like your Paradise Arcade shop where you can get like your buttons for your stick. This was new. I didn't know what this was, but there's apparently Okizumi coffee, which is the coffee that's perfect for your wake up. I don't know if that's their slogan, but obviously Okizumi is a term for the wake up like game in fighting games, and so that's the idea of like Okizumi coffee. I kind of like that. I don't know if the coffee's good. No one I know has tried it. So screwed. If you were there and you tried it, was it coffee? I don't know. I don't drink coffee. There was also a bar. I don't know. I've never used this at all. There's like, I don't know what this is actually. Arcanic Artistry? I don't know what this is. I'm gonna be real. Hitbox is a type of Hitbox is similar to Victrix, where it's a fighting stick manufacturer. Hitbox does leverless fight sticks, right? Grand Volume Foyer, this is just like an area where you can leave, right? Virtua Fighter 5 had a little booth. Midwest Gaming Classic, I don't know what this is. This had a booth. And then, of course, here's your popcorn. Homemade for those who love flavor. Because apparently, like, it's just industrial-sized popcorn with just flavor nodules on it, which can be good. I'm usually a fan of, like, your classic popcorns, but yeah, I had, like, I think it was the white chocolate strawberry was the one my roommate offered me. And honestly, I'm not a fan of sweet popcorn, but I was a fan of that. So much so that I was like, I'm probably not gonna have more than one. And then, like, after I ate it, I was like, okay, maybe one more. It was delicious. Hey, what's up, Almina? What's up, Harmonica? Happy Tuesday, welcome. Fuck! Happy Monday, welcome in, both of you, and Harmonica. Congratulations on your continued promotion as Service Chief. What's up, guys? We're currently talking through where I was over the weekend, right, Almina, Harmonica? I was in Chicago, and I went to an event called Frosty Faustings, and I'm just giving, like, you know, what they have there and what I did there. Blink on those coffee table placement things. Wait. Oh, coasters? Wait, what the fuck? Arcanic Artistry is just coasters? What? I use a coaster. It's a little, like, rubber one, which is like the consistency of a mouse pad. I think it is the same stuff my mouse pad is made out of, actually. But like, oh shit, I should have got a coaster. Oh man. Someone remind me next year. I actually do kind of want to look and see what they have there then. But yeah, so they apparently have coasters. That's pretty sick, actually. And then here is the main ballroom where you have all your different like games. You have your Guilty Gear Strive, your Guilty Gear Xrd, you have your Guilty Gear... Yeah, this is XX, so this is Guilty Gear XX Accent Core Plus R. Under Night setups, you had a Virtua Fighter 5 setup, which... Wait, do they only have the one? I thought it was a much bigger game. Was it not? I guess they only had half a setup. They had to share with half a uni setup. Seemed new. It is very new, Almina. Chicago was very cold, but I stayed inside where it was nice and warm. What's up, my lady? Happy Monday, welcome in. Going through my little vacation right now. Street Fighter 6, a lot of those ones in Grand Blue, I assume GB. And then up here where the seating is, you could sit and spectate, because like how a fighting game event works, for those that haven't been to one, you have, 3,000 people as attendees, but technically not everyone is an attendee. Some people are spectators, like me. And spectators can mean, people going for casuals, which they're going to be like, going to like the dedicated casuals area, or like Melty Blood was a Friday only event. So on Saturday, these Melty Blood subs were also just dedicated Melty Blood casuals. So this is where I was a lot of the time, honestly. And some casuals, which I kind of like go off and on, depends on if I know someone that's actually playing it, but some casuals will just go and you can just sit in this dedicated seating area and you can just watch people on stream play these games. Because like, there's two ways to do it. If you are a competitor, you'll go to your pool. So let's say I had I like uni, so I had a uni pool, right? We'll say I went here at like I had a noon pool for uni. So I, along with like, I don't know, 20 other people, went to my uni pool. So there were like 20 people here, and I think there's usually like 2 pools per setup, so it's like 20 people here, 20 people here, 20 people here, 20 people here. Like, it's a very crowded area, right? and then they'll call off like Ace and Jimmy Buffett on this cab, and then you play, and then like this is where the majority of your pools will take place. But every so often, because these events are streamed on things like Tampa Never Sleeps, Juicy Game Night, Low Kick Esports, and Funky P? I've never seen the logo for Funky P before, but this is apparently Funky P. Some games get streamed. Like, if you go to these are like Twitch channels, right? And you'll see, like, presumably you can go there right now, and you can see, like, the VODs for Frosty Faustings, right? And so occasionally, you'll mostly be doing your pool stuff here, but occasionally someone will be like, hey, Ace, you're on stream. And then instead you'll go and sit here for a little bit, and then you'll get called up and you'll go up here and you'll play your match on stream, which is really cool. Which is also a good thing to do, like having someone like play over here, pretty fun. But if you're on stream, typically like people in my locals will be like I'm on stream, and then a lot of people from the local will go there and they will cheer you on over here specifically, because like it's a lot easier to get a lot of people sitting here and cheering for you and being ignorant than it is to crowd around a setup that's already extremely crowded. Plus, then when you pop off and you win, then you can go back to Tampa Never Sleeps like a month later, or like the next day even, and just be like, look how cool I played. This is awesome. I am forever cemented in this. It's really neat. And if you go, so this is the main ballroom that has like the big games, like your Strives, your Street Fighters, your Granblues, right? I guess Tekken was also big, but I guess Tekken wasn't here, which is surprising actually. There were two. Check the wall, left of hitbox. Wait. They had other things, but that was what was mostly on the table. There were two. Check the wall, left of hitbox. Check the wall, left of hitbox. The Teodesk or the Grand Ball Foyer? Melting my blood. It's so good. I was melting my blood so often. What's this, Velvet? I probably should have clicked on that because I didn't realize that it would open here as a link, but that's actually good. I need those. Not those specifically, but I want to see what they have there, because actually that sounds incredible. How can blood melt if it's already liquid? We'll freeze the blood and then we'll melt it. We never said what the state the blood was originally in. Oh, left of hitbox was more. Oh, is this? Wait, was this another Virtua Fighter 5 setup? I thought this was just saying, like, I thought this was just the demo booth. Oh shit! I didn't realize this was a different setup. I just like, because I saw when I was going through here, I saw there was like a giant screen that had like a dude. I don't think it was, no, this wouldn't have been Harada. Whoever the Virtua Fighter 5 lead would be, and there was just like a dude talking the entire time. GBFSR was dope. Did you watch it? Hell yeah, Almina. I watched a little bit of Top 8 because I was like hanging out with some people and we were watching it like in a hotel room like near the end of Saturday, and I was able to watch like a little bit of it before I was like, I'm tired. Because I'm gonna be real, normally I do not sleep well the first night of like something like this, and then usually the second and third night I'll get like a decent actual sleep, but I did not get that much sleep at all this entire time. I don't know why. I just didn't like, I could not fall asleep as well, which kind of sucked. Yes, you know the game Rust? I do know of the game Rust. Your standard open world's not the word. Survival buildcraft, right? I don't know anything more specific than that though. I didn't watch it. I just love GBVSR. It was really cool, the bits I watched, and I was told it was a pretty nice one. The one thing that I know is that in the top 8 there was a player called Monarch, which I know because they are a BlazBlue player mostly, which would be over here, the CF, BlazBlue CF. They apparently did not enter CF at all, even though they're like one of the goats of CF. And they instead just did Granblue this year, and they were in top 8 and they were cooking. I don't know how well they did, but that's the one story from Granblue that I saw, and that's pretty sick, honestly. That someone's like, you know what? I'm going full in on this other game instead, and it paid off apparently. We wish I had the money for Uni for FGC nights though. It's real good, Almina. Uni or Melty, honestly, Almina. Because I'm gonna be real, after playing my casuals, woo, I think it happens every time I go to a major, but like, I want to play more Melty. It's just like, I don't know. It's that little like bit of just like, because I feel like I don't get to play it that often, and getting to play it like unrestrictedly for a bit, it's just like, oh, this game hits. So I kind of want to play more. I also might be picking up, I might be dabbling a little bit more into, I play Coma, right? Absolutely love that man. I've dabbled in Count of Monte Cristo before, right? However, I think some people in my locals want to do like I'm not the only one. Invigorator right now, right? So like they're all like, okay, Ace, we're all picking up secondaries, and so I think outside of playing Coma, I actually am looking up like some Count of Monte Cristo stuff, which is sick, because like again, I have my day off. I definitely spend at least 2 hours a day just in training mode, learning like the good stuff for Count of Monte Cristo. Will I keep that up? Or will I be able to like hit that in a game? Probably not consistently. I'll probably default to my little baby combo that I knew from like 2 years ago, but like it's exciting. It's exciting to see like getting revigorated from this. They had the last BB game? Yes, Almina. BlazBlue Central Fiction is like a mainstay of these things. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Oh my God, Jesus. I was on the playground equipment at my elementary school. Someone needs to clean that rust off, Asmodean. Those kids are gonna get tetanus if they keep that up. Who are they playing GB? Sorry. Monarch played. I feel like I should know, cause I watched it. It was because the matches that I watched were Grimnir, Charlotta, Belial/Belial. I think they play Grimnir. If anyone knows, correct me, but I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Velvet Jesus. Wait, you got wait. What do you mean putting it together? You have like a builder figure? Jeez. The Smash Bros still counts as a fun game. For the purpose of this, technically yes, it does, which you can see it over. That's what ult is. Smash Bros Ultimate is over here. Smash Bros is a very interesting thing when it comes to fighting games where, like, it will totally be at fighting game events, but it's not, like, the biggest thing at fighting games events. And, because, like, Smash has its own thing 100%, right? Like, Frosty Faustings is a huge tournament. It's probably, like, the biggest tournament for Xrd, and for XX, right? Because these are, Frosty Faustings, in the name, Faust. The tournament organizer, Elfman Shadow, is like a famous Faust player. That's where the name comes from. And so, like, Frosty Faustings is probably the biggest XX and Xrd event. Strive is still really strong. I don't know if this is the biggest Strive event. Evo, honestly, is still probably the biggest Strive event, but, like this is a big event for these two. It's a big event for a lot of these ones. Ultimate is here, but, like, my understanding of the Smash scene is, like, Smash Majors, or, what are they called? I feel like Smash has a specific term for their things. They have majors. What I'm thinking, they have something called Super Majors, which are basically like their Evos and stuff like that. And so this is not like, this is probably for Smash, this is like more of a regional or something like that. Whereas like the Majors and Super Majors are like what they care about. So it is here, but it's not like anything crazy. I think if secondaries and newcomers might be the move. That's also another thing where it's gonna be really nice to be able to play like secondaries against people that are newer, right? Which I for a long time, I'm always very not bad. I guess I am bad, but like it's always weird to me to pick up a secondary because outside of like playing against a newer person, right? I feel bad picking a secondary a lot of the time because it's like because I never feel like I'm like that good with my main character because I'm always still learning things on my main character, right? So I'm usually very hesitant about picking up a secondary. But yeah, like, I'm a little bit excited about, like, trying out some new characters. It's gonna be fun. The answer to that figure, my Discord name should be the same. I don't know if Velvet's in, the stream Discord. Are you? Some mace hasn't been raided despite this large pride flag above my door, so maybe they're afraid they might catch it! They're gonna catch it. I like your warding off plan, Harmonica. Rust doesn't cause tetanus. Leave the rust alone. Did nothing wrong. Is that true? But I thought rusty nails cause tetanus to one. Is it not the rust causing the tetanus? Is it something else? Is it just the iron? But rust happens on iron, right? Super Major Mario. Links to the fattest. I'm not gonna open that on stream, but Almina can click on that one. If I get Melty Blood Type Lumen again, I'll play Roast Beef again. Roast Beef is not in Type Lumen, Almina, so that would kind of suck for you. The closest would probably be, who's the... I almost want to say Dante's, but... Which is kind of Monte Cristo, which is the one I'm learning, but that's not true. That's definitely not true. MASH, it would be MASH. Because MASH would be the closest to Roast Beef, because they're very similar in design, right? Yeah, there you go. Custom colors MASH. It would work out. But this is the entire first area of it then, with all your swag, your Secret Virtual Fighter 5, your cool coasters that I didn't know existed, right? But then if you go over here, this is where you're like, this is the front desk, badge pickup. There's a coffee shop here, which I'm gonna be real, I like, because I can't sleep a lot of times. Usually I'll get up like early. And I'll get like, I like getting orange juice and a blueberry muffin. It's something that I do a lot at majors where it's just like, it's just good food. It's good, like, it's good early morning wake up food. When I went there, one of my roommates was like, Ace, don't get it at the hotel. It's gonna cost you like $11 for it. I was like, no, that's you guys are joking. That's insane. It was actually $11 for a small thing of orange juice and a blueberry muffin, and I still bought it. I still would buy it again, honestly, but like, that's messed up. It's good though. Then if you go this way, this is technically connected, but the map doesn't work this way. So you go here and then go through another thing. See, here's the coffee shop, see? In your head, combine this and this as if it were like a Mad Magazine thing. And you get into the Artist Alley area, so we can zoom out a little bit here. Look at this bad boy. Your Artist Alley had a lot of really cool artists. The cat keychains are a standard one. There was a really, really cool one this year that actually, if I was gonna buy anything, I probably would have bought it from them. They had like woodblock-esque prints, which looked extremely neat. They were like situated like, I want to say here or here. They had some, I think it was this one right here in front of the melty room, right? There were some really cool looking woodblock-esque prints. I think they weren't actually like woodblock, but like they were designed in the style of woodblock print for like paper, right? It was super duper neat. It looked like laser art onto wood, but it was just like a print of it. But it had that like style of like being wood and then just being black as your like monochrome in that kind of sense, right? Wood and black. It's very, very neat. You know, he had a bunch of keychains. There was a lot of like, you know, if you want any of your cheesecake or your beefcake fan art in displayable form, this is where you go, right? Oh, did they have blocks? Oh shoot! I thought I didn't want to say that because I was like, no, that sounds insane. It might have just been making it, but like, woo. So yeah, I could see that. Like, the way that they stylize, I would not be surprised if they actually do woodblock work on it. Whether or not they actually sold the blocks themselves, another story. But that's super neat. But that was probably my favorite, like, of the designs that like stood out the most, outside of your standard like prints. Well, venue food a few times just so I could get right back to casuals. Ah, gotcha. Because yeah, being able to just go and get it, kind of nice. Because there's also like the concession stand here. I've never actually done this one. Usually, like, if I'm gonna go get food, I want to like leave the area because I'm spending a lot of time at casuals, or I'm like watching someone else. Like, if I'm getting food, usually I want to leave. I only get like hotel stuff if I like don't want to leave, which typically that's only really early in the morning. Final Fantasy. I think Ben made that same joke earlier. Someone had made that same joke earlier, Asmodean, where because it's Frosty Faustings, so everything is like labeled as Final Fantasy as FF. Was it FFXVII? Trying all the custom color mask. Why did they leave you out of your own game? They could bring her back, Almina. I'm waiting. I don't think Melty Blood Type Lumen isn't dead yet. It's just in a long state of dormancy. Once they release, is it Piece of Bluegrass Moon or is it something else? When they release part 2 of Tsukihime, you just wait. We're gonna get more of them in approximately 4 to 5 years or something like that. Good lord. They did. I do remember that one. They used the Final Fantasy 16 logo for the last year. Just like in, what was it? Oh, I was gonna say, for FF7, they used Final Fantasy 7. That's not true. I'm thinking of CEO Taku, I think, used the Final Fantasy 7 theme, like, a few years ago, and I'm conflating those. Because I don't know when Final Fantasy 7, when Frosty Fausting 7 would have been. That would have been, like, a decade ago, and I was not playing fighting games at the level that I cared about in, like, 2015, definitely. Oh, if I was KO 15? Wait. No, that's not the shirt I have. I'm trying to think of what shirt I have. I have one Frosty Fausting shirt, and I don't know which one it is. I don't think I have any of the stylized ones, like this one. I think I just have a basic one that just is blue. No. Where are you guys seeing? Are you just seeing it like in little bits and pieces here? Because no, it's for Frosty Faustings. I know it says it like, it says it here at the like top of my tab, but I don't. Or is it because we're saying it in chat or something? Or oh, here, that's where you're seeing it. Oh, okay, there it is. No, yeah, this is for Frosty Faustings 17. That's what it is. I was like, where do you see this at? There it is. We just go, the Final Fantasy 14 mix was real in the FGC. Good lord. Was 3 years ago the no, it would have been 4 years ago was the online one. Bring back the back alley lines. That's what I'm saying, Almina. I think in 4 to 5 years, whenever Tsukihime finally gets their next update, we're gonna get Eltnum and Ricebife and Satsuki and a fourth character, probably because Satsuki would definitely come along with Nero. So like if they're looking for like, typically they've done character releases in like sets of 4, right? The very first ones were Aoko. Oh shoot, am I gonna be good at this? Aoko, Powered CL, in no particular order, is Aoko, Powered CL, Mario, and Dan. Those are the first 4 in no particular order. I think it was Aoko and Dan, and then Powered CL and Mario. That was like the first batch. Next batch of 4 was, of course, Neko Arc and MASH, and then Ushiwakamaru and Dante's, because that was all like FGO with Neko Arc. And then, so the third batch, obviously, is going to be Nero Satsuki, and then Eltnum, or more accurately, oh god, what's her name? Eltnum and Ricebife. What's Eltnum's real name? I'm blanking on it right now. But that's 100% my copium that I've been huffing the last like 3 years, because that's the perfect 4 characters. Scion, that's the one. That's her melty name. Square announced a new game last year and it turned out to be an NFT game. I think I've heard about that. Final Fantasy 14 is the FGC retirement home. Whenever you become old enough in the FGC, you either retire to Final Fantasy 14 or to card games. And I'm in the card game camp. I retire to Shadowverse Evolve, but retiring is, you know, it's a slow and steady process where I get to keep one foot in each. I have some friends that are like, I don't really like MMOs and I don't like card games. I don't know what I'm gonna do when I retire, and that sucks. Retire from card games to fighting games. I didn't know that. That's like a reverse. The rare anti-retirement. You came out of retirement before ever going into it, or before ever going into the workplace in the first place. Remember people thought Lyn was the next. Oh, that's right. I think Wisteria, that happens like, shit, you're right. It's not, because no new character has happened since that. Because I think I might just be lying here. But I thought like it was at the end of someone's story mode. I think it's Neko Arcs, and I don't know if Neko Arc had a story when she first came out, or she only got it after Dante and Ushiwakamaru. But it is very, very heavily hinted that it's Lyn. I fully had forgotten about that. Oh shucks, I forgot all about Lyn being a character. I'm gonna be honest. So yeah, that kind of spoils my plan. Shoot, I don't know. Nero's got to be in there at some point though. That's all I know. I'm retire from my fighting game career, play Skullgirls for a week to turn-based RPGs. Everyone has their own retirement home. And the important thing, like most retirement homes, is that you're happy, you're healthy, and you get to play bingo on the weekends. And you get to win like a candy or something. I don't know what they win at bingo at the old folks' homes. But this area, Artist Alley, I'm gonna be real, I only went in this room, and this room, and this room. I never went in this room. Oh, because this is why I didn't go in this room. This is for the community tournaments. So like there's a Vortex Gallery is the dedicated side event, I guess is the best way to call it. Because if you see here, you had all these games. You had Blazing Strike, which we can talk about that one a little bit. I read a fun Twitter thread on that one. Blazing Strike, which had half of a setup here. Dragon Ball FighterZ, Melty Blood Actress again, Type Lumina, Mortal Kombat, Persona 4, Arena Ultimax, not the normal game. Street Fighter Third Strike, Turbo, Vampire Saviors, Blaze Blue, Marvel vs. Capcom. You had a bunch of I'm not gonna go through all of them. You had a bunch of games, including the Guilty Gear, which is the biggest one because this is a Guilty Gear tournament. However, these are not the only games that are played. You can bring your own games at the dedicated casual setups, and you can also, if your game is popular enough, you can talk to Vortex Gallery, the people who run it, and be like, hey, I want to run a bracket for my game. So this is where you're going to have like your, I don't know, what would be in here? I think DNF Duel would have been in here, right? Yeah, because I'm not seeing it anywhere else. This would have been like your DNF Duel, right? You would have to go through Vortex Gallery and do it. You would, like, everything would, like, you have to bring your own setups for it, presumably, I think. Maybe sometimes they get a, like, you can do it, right? But you go here and you have a community-hosted tournament. It's actually really neat. So I never went in there because I wasn't in any Vortex Gallery's tournaments. I guess there are dining tables in A team here. Try the Exor Balatro setup. No, I didn't. There was a setup here at the dedicated casuals that Velvet's talking about, which was a monitor with another monitor on top of it, which was put together by, I want to say it was probably by Krakatoa, which is a known Exord content creator who does a lot of really interesting stuff. He's really interesting, like the little bits and pieces he does. I know he has a lot of like Exord OBS integration. Like when he plays Exord, I don't know if he does this all the time or if it's just like a bit that he shows off every so often, but like if he wire sees, then he has a little like thing where his like webcam will wire see as well. But apparently there was a setup here that had Exord on the bottom screen and Balatro on the top screen. And I think my understanding was like the things you did in Exord would change how your Balatro hand worked. Like I know taunting and instant killing, I think, were things that like discarded your hand or something like that. I don't know how Balatro works. I'm gonna be honest. I'm trying to stay clean, but stuff like that. The Vortex Gallery shirt. Sandori design. Sandori to me makes me think of Coma in Actress Again, doing what's called the Sandori. Is this similar to Mysteria? I'm actually interested. They did on me, and I think Actress Again is better than Type Lumina in terms of. Yo, I guess it's not just Coma that does it, but yo, that is actually kind of sick. Oh, that's awesome. That's a sick ass shirt. Hell yeah, Wisteria. I just think Coma because that's the one that I play, right? But yeah, Sandori, for those that don't know, is the thing that in mostly in Actress Again. Like, I think Coma is the only one that really does it in Type Lumina. Honestly, it's not that good in Type Lumina, but I do it because I think it's cool. Where Sandori is the idea of a three-way mix of hitting same side high, same side low, or opposite side low. Because your character will be facing to the right, and so you can't do opposite side high, typically. That's my understanding of it. I might be wrong on that, Wisteria. But no, I didn't try the Exor Balatro setup. At least it doesn't care to do in CC. It's a lot rarer in Type Lumina. I think because a lot of people just do a lot of characters will typically just do a double jump and then you can drift left or right and they just do that one as, I guess that's still a Sandori in a way. But I always think about Sandori as the one where you like do a super jump and then jump back in like such an exaggerated way. It's funnier to me. It is haunting me, Ben. Luckily I've been clean. I still haven't been fed to the Balatro bug. At worst, I've just I didn't play that much more of the game mode in Arknights. That's the Balatro clone, but I did clear it. I did fully clear everything in that game mode now, which I realized at the end of the stream. I had already at the end of the stream I'd already reached max level for that. It's like 45 levels in it. I think I had already beaten it, which is insane to me because I don't think I've ever beaten any Arknights minigame that quickly. Watch Al play Balatro live, and I'm still not quite sure what it entails. I know! It's a crazy person's game. I watched Al play a little bit, I watched Benny play a little bit, but I made sure not to watch enough that I understood what was going on, because I knew if I started to understand what was going on, it would bite into me like the time that I watched someone play Factorio, and that's why I like Factorio, because I understood enough that I was like, I could do this. And so if I watch Balatro enough that I understand what's going on, I'm gonna think, I could do this. And then I would buy it, and then you guys wouldn't see me. Or if you did, you would just see me, like, and just be like, hold on guys, I got a good hand here. Or something. Hits increase base number. Instant blocking and combos increase the multiplier. You cash out points by either taunting or winning the round. That's what it was, not instant killing. Winner is whoever has the most points after 8 minutes. What? So how was it set up, Velvet? Was it all just like, was it actually like fully integrated? Presumably in like the same way that yeah, because you can scrape the data from Exerd, which is how he can do the OBS thing that I was talking about earlier. So he probably has that set up that it actually just does, whenever one of those things happens, it does a hotkey for the Balatro game, right? That's super cool! What was it, Lahais? Happy Monday, welcome in. So I'm gonna be real. I said that I got like my little tiny bowl of Cheerios to eat during stream. I've definitely been playing with them more than eating them, and just like breaking them into smaller Cheerios. Worth it though. If Balatro is a crazy person's game, then most people are crazy. It's true, Wisteria. Most people are crazy. They hide it really, really well. But the common state of the human being is, in fact, a little bit insane. And a little bit drunk, as we talked about earlier. Stop playing your food. No, you're not my mom. You guys can't see me anyway. The Frosty Faustings map is in front of me. That you guys can't see me. Also, there was Hunter x Hunter Nin Impact demo here. I didn't play it. I don't like tag games, but like I walked by it at one point. I was like, that looks cool. Yeah, concessions. There's another bar here. Yeah. Oh, there's also karaoke over here. I didn't do this karaoke. I did do karaoke when I was up there. So I think I'm mostly done with talking about what I did here. Not really. I've just explained what I did, what was here. I guess I don't have to talk about what I did here. I played a lot of casuals. I watched. I was up here watching Exerd at one point with like a bunch of my friends from my locals. That was really fun. We were able to root some people on, some people from our area. That was cool. I watched some friends play Melty Blood, which a lot of people in my region, a lot of people at my locals, got like really, really high placement, which I'm very proud of them. So that was really, really sick. Let's see what else. There were like arcade, like it says arcade here. That's because there were actually like arcade cabs. I've done that like once or twice where you play in it, but I just like playing on my stick personally over an arcade cab because there is something really neat about being able to like play like an arcade game on an arcade cab, but I can just go over here and just play the game normally, or like to me normally. You know, there's people playing like other fighting games here, seating for. There's a small stream setup here. That's what this is for. You have what is R2? Oh, Rivals 2, Tekken 8, Marvel 2, Marvel 3. Blazing Strike was a game that came out last year, which I think people are gonna get a lot more excited about, but it ended up Blazing Strike being 16 people in this bracket, which I think is lower than most, if not all, of Vortex Gallery. I don't know if that's true or not. But like, Blazing Strike was a 16-man bracket where the balance for it apparently is very shot. And according to a Twitter thread that I read beforehand, what had happened was one of the people, first and foremost, I think 8 people DQ'd, so only 10 people actually played in the bracket, to my understanding. And before everything started, someone taught some of the other Blazing Strike players, because I imagine at least half of them decided to just get in the last second because it was so low of amount of people playing, right? that they taught them an infinite that's really easy to do, and apparently the Blazing Strike stream went over by like 30 minutes because people were just doing these really, really long infinites on each other, which sucks because I think it cut off time from like Marvel 2 or Marvel 3 to get stream time. Blazing Strike is a very interesting game, and it's kind of sad what happened to it, I guess. I guess it's an interesting game in that it is very sad as to what happened to it, where I guess it was really hyped up and then it just kind of like came out in a broken, buggy state, so much so that it had 16 people enter, and the finals were just a bunch of people infiniting each other for an insane amount of time. I couldn't have said it better myself, Ben. Being normal is in fact a little bit boring. That's why it's good to have a little bit of crazy and a little bit of high blood alcohol content. Only who didn't get a top 8 mail from Blazing Strike? I know only two people would have done it, right? What was the publisher? I don't know enough, so take everything I say with a grain of salt. But I would not be surprised, because typically, like, a lot of times it's not on the devs itself. It's usually on, like, the publisher or on, like in the case of that, I assume this is on PS4, right? So they probably can't, like, bump out updates as much as they want to, possibly as well. Like, because I have to imagine if you're making a game, you want the game to be good. So if something's in a cruddy state and you can't fix it, I imagine a lot of times it probably is more on the publisher or on like the consoles, right? To actually get it in a fixable state. So it just kind of sucks all around. There's a mystery tournament over here. It was really cool to watch some of this. One of the hypest things that I saw was... So let me explain what mystery tournament is. This is, I think, it's the last little bit I got here. I watched some of this because someone from my locals was in it. They did really well. Very cool. I always like watching mystery when someone I know is in it, because for those that don't know what a mystery game tournament is, it's one of like the more popular events. Usually they cap it out at like 256 people. So you gotta get in there quick if you want to do it. But every round is a new game. And it could be, it's almost never gonna be these games. It's not gonna be your Strive, it's gonna be XX. It's gonna be some jank. Mystery game is literally like, this game has a 2v2 mode, you two are playing it, winner goes on the next round. So you got stuff like an Ace Combat clone, where you're both in planes, and whoever has the highest kill count at the end of this round, they go on to the next round. It's gonna be like a boat racing game, or just like any general racing game. You're gonna be playing in that mystery game. You got some weird indie fighters, or you got some weird like a jank ROM hack where all the Street Fighter 2 characters are replaced with like Mario characters, and like someone finds a secret character where you can play as Daisy instead, right? Like it is a beautiful, beautiful bracket, and it's always a treat to watch. And the hypest thing I think I saw all weekend was, I don't know if it's hypest, but it's the one that I was the most emotionally invested in, was during one of the rounds of mystery, which I think this was streamed. You might be able to like go find it on the IFC NYC Twitch. There was one of the rounds of mystery was this game, which I was told was from like a recent collection of games, but the game was effectively, there were two walruses in like an NES or SNES like palette, effectively, like imagine it like walruses in like an NES game, and there were like typically like 12 randomly selected platforms on this just generic blank screen, and over the course of like 30 seconds the platforms would disappear one by one, and you could jump around and you could like launch yourself to different platforms, and you could launch yourself into the other walrus, and you could fly a little bit because you had like a stamina bar, and the entire idea was just the last walrus on the screen survived, and it was like in a best of 7, and it was so hyped to see like two people just being like jumping around these platforms, launching themselves, and there were like fish that would spawn and that you would get you more stamina. Like it was the most just like, it's not a fighting game. but it's very clear what's going on. It's whoever falls first loses. And it was the hypest thing. Hell yeah, Velvet. They were really sick. I don't know if you saw it, but there was like this walrus game that I was talking about where it was like the walrus just flying at each other. That shit's awesome. There comes the pump and dump games, hype it up, cash it on release, and then drop it. Yeah, exactly that, Ben. Like, kind of like, I know No Man's Sky is like the go-to for like publishers kind of like doing a little bit of, because No Man's Sky was like PS4 had like the stuff on it. It was super duper hype, and then you know, and then like it crashed, and then PS4 was like, oh, actually, you guys did it bad, and then they had to like work with it, and they got it brought back and everything like that. Like, yeah, publishers are something. One of my favorite moments this weekend was the CF table in the junior ballroom still packed as everything else was being picked up. The CF never dies. It stays. That is sick. That's dedication right there. Especially because this is like, you know, CF is an older game at this point. I think... Oh, shit, how long has it been? I imagine it's been close to a decade. No, not close to a decade. It's probably been, it's getting close there, though. No, initial release, November. That's the initial release, not the final release. Not the current patch we're on, but, like, CF is actually gonna turn 10 years old this year, guys. The arcade release, technically, yeah. That's cool. But yeah, if you stayed alive that long, you're gonna get dedicated, especially from the fact that CF has had a lot of games using the CF name, and so people are probably even more like dedicated to like keeping CF alive as opposed to I got a Steam notification the other day that like BlazBlue Dark War or something was on sale. I was like, what is this game and why is it on Steam? Though honestly, from the reviews I saw, it looked kind of good. It was like a beat 'em up. It was like a beat 'em up using BlazBlue characters, which not what the CF fans want, but it looked a little bit cool. I just aged. Welcome to the club, Almina. Scuff PvP when my otherwise single-player playing video games so they can be random brackets. It would be dope, Asmodian. Like having the more Scuff, the better, honestly. Like, obviously, they don't pick just for Scuff, but they pick for interesting games that you can like 2v2 in, and I think it's just a really fun idea, right? So hell yeah. Yeah, between Calamity Trigger and Stone Fiction shorter than between CF and present. That aged me. That aged me, yeah, because CT was my first like anime fighting game that I had. I don't want to say that I got into because that's definitely not true, but it's like I had CT on the Xbox 360, and I remember playing it, and I played Tau Kaka, and my neighbor who lived across the street from me, they played Tager. And I remember when we played it at the time, I swear to God, I might be making this up. I have been known to lie, but I'm pretty sure I didn't understand what they're talking about then, but when we played it as kids, I remember he said something like, this reminds me of a game that I have on my PlayStation back home, with the red guy and the blue guy. And it was only years later that I was like, oh, he's probably talking about Guilty Gear. Oh, shit! But I remember I played Tau Kaka, he played Tager, and he knew how to do 360s, and obviously, when you're in, like, middle school... This sounds like I was much younger. No, I was in middle school. When you're in middle school and, like, your friend's doing 360s, command grabbing you as Tager, and you're playing Tau Kaka, who I'm going to guess is one of the squishiest characters of the game, it wasn't great. But I owned it, so I got to play more than him. So, you know, it was kind of an even matchup when you think about it. I think that's everything. I think that's everything that happened here at the venue. So we got out on Thursday. We went upstairs because we got a venue hotel. So I was in the venue hotel. Very nice, by the way. If you ever go to something like this, try to get a venue hotel. It's gonna be really hard. They're gonna sell out really quickly, but like it is so nice to be able to like go up to the venue hotel whenever you want to hang out, whenever you just want to like decompress. Because I had to do that quite a bit. Let me think. So that was Thursday. Did I do anything crazy that day. There was also like a mall across the street from here that has like, speaking of hot chicken, it had a hot chicken shop, so I went there, had dinner. Outside of that, just mostly, you know, playing casual and watching, talking to people, that kind of stuff. Saturday, did the casuals. That was when I was able to go and check out, no, Friday was casuals. Was there anything else on Friday? No, Friday was casuals, and I went across the street again. I ate at a burger place, which had a cursed goat story. So in the mall, there's a hot chicken shop called Burn in Mouth. There's also a burger place right next to it called like Billy Goat Finer Diner or whatever like that, which I've always seen next to it because I go to the hot chicken place, you know, whenever I'm up here, and I've always seen that one. And because I was like hungry, I went to the mall with some other people. We ended up eating, and I was like, well, I already had hot chicken the day before. I guess I kind of want to try this out. I went there. It was actually really good. It was actually really cheap for what it was too. But the day before, while we were eating our hot chicken, one of my friends like pulled up on their phone and was explaining to me like, Ace, apparently this diner owner, whose name was Billy, like back in like the 40s, right? His name was Billy in the 40s, and he was, you know, his nickname was Billy Goat, and I guess he owned a goat. And in the 40s, he took his goat to the Chicago Cubs stadium, and the goat was being a menace, and so he and the goat were kicked out, and allegedly he's the one that put a curse on the Chicago Cubs and didn't allow them to win a video game, win a World Series until like 2016 or whatever. So that was really cool goat lore that I got this weekend, is that I ate at the place that cursed the Chicago Cubs back in 2046 or whatever. 1946, not 2046. That next curse won't happen for another, you know, 20 years now. That was cool. Friday night, I think I just stayed in. Saturday, more casuals. That's when I was able to catch some mystery game stuff that was going on. Saturday, I also went to a really cool. So one of the things I like going up to this for Chicago is for A, games, and B, I like getting rotary sushi. Typically, I go to this place called Sushi Plus, which is near the Round One, which is really cool. The Saturday night though, it was late, so we went somewhere closer by, which was called Kai Sushi. Which I think actually, because I ended up going to Sushi Plus the next day, so I ate a lot of sushi. But I think it was actually cheaper. And it was actually kind of cool. It was actually a lot. I hate to use the term low key because I feel like it gets overused sometimes. But like the lighting was warmer, and maybe it helped by the fact that we didn't sit in a booth. We sat at like the sushi bar itself. But it was kind of fun. It was nice. It was a nice like warm spot. And it was just kind of relaxing. Just be up there at like a sushi bar, pulling the plates off and just talking with one another. Super fun experience. Highly recommend. If you're in the Chicago area in Lombard, Illinois, go to Kai Sushi. I think that was a great one. I would definitely go back. I also had I had a crepe. I've never had a. It wasn't like a crepe. It's actually a lie to call it a crepe, I guess, but I guess it was. It was called like a Hokkaido Mille crepe, which honestly was just a layer cake. But it was called a crepe, so I'm gonna call it a crepe. It was actually extremely good. Never had it before, but it's basically like a layer cake with like strawberry pudding. I don't know desserts. I'm gonna be 100% honest with you guys, but it was very delicious, and I would go back and get that again. The 24/6 Chicago Cubs video game curse. Look, you guys aren't ready for that, but your kids. Coming to the future when the Cubs have finally given up on baseball and become an esports team. The Cubs did win a World Series within the last decade, Asmodean. They could do it again. And then they get turned into video game characters or whatever. That was that. Saturday was pretty nice. That was like the end of the main event. Come back, you know, go and hang out in a hotel room, drink. I ended up like leaving early, and I tried to crash out on Saturday because I was super, because I just wasn't getting like sleep, right? And they get cursed again. They get cursed in a video game. I can't believe it. Whenever I think about video game, whenever I read 24/6 Chicago Cubs video game curse, by the way, Wisteria, I want you to know my brain immediately thought of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 3. where Jotaro is playing against the younger Darby brother in the baseball game, and he goes, "Oh, that's a baseball." That's what the game says, not Jotaro, right? But like that's just what I'm imagining the 2046 Chicago Cubs video game curse is related to, is that they get put into like a game like, "Oh, that's a baseball," and they just can't win because they're playing like they just have the worst stats, and the other team has like, you know, Pablo Sanchez on it. But I believe in them. Jotaro will like cheat like he did. I think that's what that episode was about. But yeah, Saturday was good. Crash out. Sunday, wake up, leave. I ended up going to Sushi Plus, which they got a new location. I've been going to stuff in Chicago. I've been going to Sushi Plus in Chicago specifically like 2 years, I want to say at this point. And I have a card that like if you get enough stuff on it, you get to spin a wheel, which I got enough stuff on it now. I didn't spin the wheel this time. I want to save for next time. But ooh, it got bigger. They have trains on it now. Like it used to be in a small strip mall area. Now it's in a bigger strip mall area, which is like 3 times the size. And like on top of their sushi conveyor belts, they have train tracks. So if you custom order something, a train will shoot out to your table, and a little thing on the speaker, a speaker on the train will play, and will be like, "Please pick up your thing." It is the coolest extra bit I've ever seen. Like I wanted to get a cheesecake because I didn't see any cheesecake on the conveyor belt like they normally are. Maybe because I got there really early, because we got there like right when they opened. But I ordered the cheesecake and it like shot out on the little train, and I had to pick it up from the train and eat it. And it was really cool that they just have little like Shinkansen trains giving you your special order food. Like another one of the people I was with like had like they wanted tamago and they hadn't seen it on there yet. So like a little thing came up with like a little plate with tamago on it on the little Shinkansen. It was very adorable. I cannot recommend enough. If you go to Kai Sushi if you want low key, go to Sushi Plus if you want fucking techno future Shinkansen rotary sushi. I don't know if there's rotary sushi around me. I kind of wish there was, but at the same time, I kind of like it being a special thing that I only get up in Chicago because it definitely adds the adventure's not the right word, to the atmosphere, I guess, to the experience. It's like Kura. I've heard about Kura. Kura's another rotary sushi place. Last time I was at Kura, I had to special order Fudomaki because we didn't have the best table and it was always gone. Oh, were you like at the end of the conveyor belt or something? Ooh. One thing, oh, that reminds me. I noticed this. I don't know how it was before, but one thing that I think they probably did was in the Sushi Plus, in the newer one, I noticed that the way they had it set up was like, imagine these are your booths at the Sushi Plus. Can you see you can't see my cursor, okay. Imagine these are your booths at the Sushi Plus, right? And this back area here is like the kitchen. The way the conveyor belts worked is they went like, and then they went back into the kitchen, back into the kitchen. And I think by doing that, they made it so like no one was ever at the true end of the conveyor belt, which I think is really, really neat. And then like on top, there'd be like, this is where the Shinkansen would be like, it would like go to your table. Very, very neat. Highly recommend going there. It's a bit more on the pricey side, but it's very fun. Also, they had like crane games or something. I don't know. I didn't mess with the crane games because we immediately went across the street to the round 1, which so screw. I'm telling you, you go to Chicago, do a few things. A, for me, go see the Bean because I've never seen the Bean in person. And honestly, it's probably a really cool experience just to see a giant metal bean. But if you're in the other area, go get some sushi, rotary sushi on me. Not on me, but like pretend it's on me. And then go to round 1. Or if you have a round 1 near you, some people just are lucky to have a round 1 near them. I am not one of those people. Go to round 1, play some cool ass like import Japanese arcade games. They are so fun. Some people I went with this year got really into like playing Street Fighter 2 on cabs. They have gashapon machines now, which they didn't have last time I was there. Like they renovated a little bit. They have gashapon machines there, which nothing popped out. A lot of it was a Demon Slayer actually, which was interesting to me. Actually, one did pop out to me. I didn't buy anything from it, but I saw one of the gashapons was Tom and Jerry. It was the gashapons that had like the Tom and Jerry, but like, you know, it'd be like Jerry in the shape of the cheese block or Tom in the shape of the cube, right? Like all those little goofy ones. FTL round 1. Do you guys not have one down there? Does it have a Taco Bell? Oh, that's the one horse town right there. The no bell town. Should go and put you on your tab. Thank you, Mayu. If you put on my tab, Mayu, that means I get the little coupons to go and get I get a spin on that wheel, Mayu, so it'll work out for me in the end. Closest thing I have to a Rotary Sushi restaurant is the check out of Schnucks. I kind of love that. Just get your local convenience store and just ching. Where's Sakura 2 and the Fudumaki was still gone? Oh, real? It went down and the Fudumaki was still gone? Bad. They just weren't making as much. Because that's the worst thing is I assume that they had the little thing that like explained what the next thing, like the little cards where it's like, this is Fudumaki, and it was always just empty afterwards. Ghost towning. Absolutely ghost towning. Takoyaki someday. I've never had takoyaki. I think they had it at the Sushi Plus though. And or Kai Sushi. I think they had it at both possibly. I think it was Kai Sushi. I think someone got it at Kai Sushi. I think it was a special order because you had to fry it, right? I've never had that. I've had taco sashimi, not sashimi. Taco nigiri though. That is good. I do like taco. No, go to round 1. It's really fun. They have gashapon machines. They have arcade games. Most importantly, they have import arcade games. Mostly rhythm games. Those are the cool ones. Like Shunithm, which I don't think the one I went to. I don't know. I haven't played Shunithm in like forever because they don't have it connected to the internet. So fun fact for those that don't know, because I didn't know this for a while. And I guess this is probably the same with DDR as well. But again, I don't know. I've never been a video game, an arcade person because we don't have arcades here, right? Arcades in the US are very, like, rare. And usually when it's an arcade, it's gonna be, like... Usually if it's gonna be an arcade, it's gonna be, like a bunch of crane games and, like, skee-ball. We don't have, like, arcades, right? DDR machines are connected to the internet. Okay. I was gonna say, I didn't know if, like, DDR typically is connected to the internet or not for this one. Because that's, like, the only game I can think that you would see in an arcade, like, in a generic arcade that might have that functionality. But... I didn't know that, because the only thing that would have done that was DDR, and honestly, you probably don't need to connect to the internet, and you can probably just run it as is. But a lot of games will connect to the internet, and they can get updates from the internet with, like, maintenance times and everything like that. And so, like, the Chunithm cab at the round 1 is not one, unless they've changed that. I don't know if they did or not. But everything else is connected to the internet, including the GOAT game, Dance Around. That's right, sirs. We're finally back here. We're finally back at Dance Around. Need to buy a special plate just for takoyaki because it's baldish. I was imagining you needed it because takoyaki is normally like fried or warm, right? Maybe. But usually if you go to a Rotary Sushi place, at least the ones that I went to, usually they have like the little plastic cups on it to keep it like not so things wouldn't like go around, right? For lack of a better word. Expecting a Japanese hush puppy, my latest one. Is it not? I'm gonna be honest, I don't know what a hush puppy... I know what a hush puppy is. I don't know what the taste of it would be off the top of my head. I imagine like a pig in a blanket, right? But like with taco. US arcades are junior gambling. Very, very true. Just playing at arcades. Nothing's stopping you from going to an arcade, Almino. Unless the arcade itself is like for 12 or under or something like that, which could be a thing. Marvel versus End of Service and Shunithm. Shuni is guest play only, but everything else is connected. Ooh, nice. Marvel versus being End of Service is kind of rough, but local Dave & Buster's connected to the network. Ooh. So yeah, I imagine Dave & Buster's is a little bit more because I know Dave & Buster's is a bit more of the upper class one. I'm always thinking of like whenever I think arcades, I think of like a cruddy one at like an entertainment complex where they have like. They'll have like an arcade, they'll have batting cages, they'll have like a thing where you can like go and like water boats, right? Those ones, I don't imagine them ever connecting to the internet because like we bought this DDR cab like a decade ago and it's been fine. We don't need to connect it. But no, like a game like the Go Dance Around. This is the topic of the stream now. Dance Around and how it's the goated arcade game according to me, which everything I say is correct and true. Dance Around, for those that don't know, is a dancing rhythm game where it has a camera, a front-mounted camera, that will track the position of your hands and your feet. And what you can do is the song will play, and you have to match the position of the hands and the feet of the dance, the little anime avatar you have, and it's just that simple. It's dance, hit the things, done. It's great. It's goated. And I was really happy because not only was it not in maintenance, because I think it was last year. One time I went to the round 1, and at first it was like in maintenance, and I was like, what do you mean it's in maintenance? And then we went to go get sushi, and we came back and it wasn't maintenance, and it was like the best day of my life ever. But not only was it not in maintenance when I went there this year, it had also gotten a very notable update where they added a lot of new songs to the Dance Around Cab, and notably for me, which was really interesting, they took the original song, it's like titular song, Let's Dance Around, and that used to only be like a bonus stage song. You could only play it if you got like a high enough score in your first 2 plays that you got a free 3rd play, which is really easy to do, honestly. IMO. But like they took it from a bonus stage only to a basic one. So I got to play that. I didn't get to play it any more than I normally would, because I only played like 5 times. So a total of 15 times, because 5 times 3 is 15, right? But in being the goat that I am, where is my little image here? Service crew. Boop. Look at this bad boy. Oh, I did it. Let's Dance Around. This is only advanced. I gotta do the master next time, but like, I got my EX clear on it. Look at that. 169 perfects, 0 grades, 0 goods, full combo, all the highlight bonus. I consumed 221.7 calories, AAA plus, EX clear. That's me. That's me. Look at that. Look how happy I am. Absolutely good. Whoa, that was perfect. Like, I was dancing around. This thing is goated. And for those that don't know, the main reason to bring this up is I have a continuing challenge to anyone that ever is in the position to do this. If you can match my Let's Dance Around specifically score, you get 1 free month of subscription to Ace Windfall channel. So now, unfortunately, you have to EX clear it. I think it was it advanced or was it master? Hold on, I'm gonna look at my Discord real quick. Let's Dance Around. No, on master difficult. Oh shit. Okay, service crew. So you have 2 options. You can either I'll allow it if you perfect advanced 7, but the original challenge was you had to do master difficulty, which is 111 points right now. So as a heads up, if you guys ever go to round 1 arcade, if you EX clear the advanced one, or more importantly, if you beat the master difficulty of beating my score of currently 111, because I didn't play it on master difficulty, I actually just did this one. I should have done master difficulty. I didn't get to play it that much, or else I would have probably done the master one after this one, but I don't think I increased my master score. But no, this is it's so good! Do I have any other? I took a few pictures of it. I don't think there's anything too crazy. Oh, yo, never mind. Oh, I'm so goated. Oh, yo, Ace, you don't. I take it back, Service Crew. You have to be my score of. I did take a picture of it, and I did get a new high score. So Let's Dance Around Master. I did play this very first, and I was like, this might be too hard. Maybe I should have done the advanced one instead. If you guys beat. If you guys get clear advanced, you get 1 free month. But if you beat my new record of 112.486 on master, you also get a free month. It's better DDR subjectively. It's subjectively better DDR MAU. Got it. Thanks for the stream. Thank you, Ben. Thank you for popping in. Glad to see you, Ben. And have a good night, or I guess have a good day. Technically, a Dance Rush Truther. That's the one where you do the Run It Man. I think I've seen it. I like moving my hands. And I guess, honestly, I could do the in Dance Rush, but this I'm gonna be real. Service Crew, part of the reason I like this is like the most baby mode of rhythm games. So that's kind of the benefit of it. But also, they got a lot of Miku songs. Like, I don't know, the selection of songs, the way it's played, everything about Dance Around just hits for me specifically. And to further drive this home, not only did they add more Miku songs, they also had a lot more like jazz or like Spanish inspired songs. It feels like what is it? This one. Here's just a bunch of stuff I did. Bus Tune, go down. But Midnight Amaretto. This is my first play of this song. I perfected it, which is insane, because I think this had an advanced and a master one, and advanced isn't super hard. But like, I've never heard this song before. This is the first time I played it, and I was like, this song hits. I think I took the screenshot specifically because I wanted to like get the names of these songs, because I want to go listen to this one again. It was really good. They made this game for me, because everything on here is stuff that I like. It's your Japanese Vocaloid songs, and it's like some weird Spanish-inspired instrumental song. It hits incredibly hard. But no, you got to beat this guy on this one. You don't have to do this. You just got to beat this record. If you do, 1 free month, Ace Windfall subscription. I was dancing around. But the price to get there might as well get the sub. That's what I'm saying. Like, don't go there just for the sub, Almina. Like, but if you're in the area, either in Chicago, or if you're lucky enough to have your own round one, or honestly, if you find just a Dance Around cabinet in the garage or something like that, I don't know, in the basement, maybe we have one down there. You guys gotta go search for one in the basement. Please do. If you ever do find it, it's just like a little bonus. It's a side quest, right? This isn't part of your main quest as service crew members, but like, if you're ever in the right spot for a side quest, that's your goal. Beat this. Because it's so good. It's so good. It's so good. This is me doing my idle dream, is playing Dance Around, because it's the perfect, you know, I got the singing down, we did our cover, and then I gotta get my dancing down. Easy. Which bonus, actually, speaking of that, yeah, because not only did I do Dance Around the round one, we also did, the round one also had karaoke available, which I did it for the first time last year, and so everyone with us decided to like get together and do it again this year. So we had 4 people total, me and 3 other people, my entire room effectively. Went and did karaoke at the round one as well, which is really, really fun, because it's you know, I don't want to say Japanese style, that sounds goofy, but like Japanese style karaoke, right? Where they put you in a room with like 2 microphones that you can like just use, and like an entire repertoire of like songs you can go through, right? Which is the fun version of me, where it's a private karaoke, as it were, right? And it was so much fun. It's like one of my favorite things now, is that I get to go and dance around, and then I get to go and like do little private karaoke, and you get to like it's just fun, because like you get to see what everyone like goes to for songs. And the worst thing about karaoke, if I'm gonna be real, is that because even though this is a very like, you know, Dance Around is a Japanese game, there's a lot of Japanese rhythm games, the karaoke is very American, because like you're not gonna find like your anime songs on that thing. You're just gonna find American karaoke, which kind of sucks. So the worst part is, whenever I do it, I'm just like, I have to like spend a fair amount of time being like, what songs do I know in English that would be on this thing? Because you have to find like a pre-made one. The lucky part was they didn't have the Yakuza songs on me. That's what I'm saying. Like, they only have like American, like, or English songs, I guess, not American specifically, but like, they had a Spanish one as well. They had an English book and a Spanish book, right? But they're not gonna have like your weeaboo song. That's unfortunate, which really sucks. If you end up leaving Missouri, head up to Chicago, leave or where else would one be? St. Louis, that's in Missouri. Iowa? Is that near Missouri? That probably doesn't have like round one. There's nothing in Iowa. That one sucks. No, it's super good. Go Asmodee, and then go do some karaoke. I ended up doing what did we do? There were like country roads into one of my rooms did like a Joe Diffie song, which I don't know much about Joe Diffie, but I know they're like a country icon. And dude, my roommate knocked it out of the park with a Joe Diffie song. I think it was Home, I think was the name of the song. It was great. Into just like other songs. At one point they picked All the Small Things, I think it was the name of the song, which the person who picked it, as well as myself, thought it was gonna be the one that was like, all the small things, da-na, but it was the other one, which I think is Weezer? I think. Hold on. No, wait. Was that one? No, there's more. Wait. Was it all? Is that the one I'm thinking about? What's the? Oh shit, I don't even know. There was like karaoke mix-ups as evidence for the fact that even I'm mixing it up right now, as what song was sung. But it's such a fun experience. If you've never done private karaoke before, it's so unique, and it's very fun to be able to do. I was able to sing because I was really happy with it, because one of the roommates was listening to a lot of I think it's pronounced Laufey during the weekend, and so I know one song of theirs. Specifically, I know a cover of one song of theirs, which Lofi had recommended me for a karaoke back in September, I want to say, I think was it? Which was, oh god, Lincoln. Hold on. Quiet. I'm gonna find it. From the Start. Which I had heard I know the Good Kid cover version of From the Start. And so when I was like looking through the book, I was like, oh, it's not in there, it's just the Lofi version, which I was like, it makes sense, I don't know. But then like, if you go on their app, you have more song choices. So I just typed in Good Kids, I was like, they probably don't have that, but they might have other ones in there. I typed in Good Kid on the app, and the only song from Good Kid they had was From the Start, and so I ripped that one off. Oh, I felt really good doing that one. Along with, what else did I do? I did like Backstreet's Back, and I did what's the other one I did? And then I also joined up with, I did one more, I'm forgetting what it was. I think it was no, I looked to see if Coffee was on there. Coffee was not on there, which was a bit surprising, because that would have been a fun one to do. We did like David, like there was a lot of ones where we like duetted, like doing some like Backstreet's Back. I had you know, we duetted where it was like, am I original? Yeah, like you had like the people going back and forth for that one, or like David Bowie. Like it's just a gosh dang good experience overall. Highly recommend going around one to be my high score if you can. All it has is corn and cow sculptures made of butter. That's so specific, but I think I know what you're talking about. And honestly, I believe it. I don't know what else is in Iowa outside of like Des Moines, which is just a city. And that's where they keep all the butter and the corn. All right. I think that's the extent of my journey. I was able to get Portillo's as well, which at that point I was like super like exhausted. I wanted to get back, but I had that chocolate cake shake, which for those who don't know is a chocolate shake where they put an entire chocolate cake slice in there and blend it up, and honestly that fixed me. That was the last thing I needed to survive in order to get back to the hangar. And I'm back at the hangar here. Filled up with some Honey Nut Cheerios, green tea, surrounded by spare parts. My lovely service crew. God damn, it's good to be back. Because I'm gonna be real, I got in at like 11, I think, right? Because I think that's when I was able to like get to you guys. I then crashed and I woke up at 10. I think I went to bed around like midnight. I slept for like 10 hours, which isn't that much in the grand scheme of things, but that's a fair amount, and I needed that because oh my god, it's getting to sleep on your own mattress again after a while is just so incredibly nice. Someone offered to give me a chocolate cake shake wants to decline for fear of my safety. I was told, I don't imagine this is true. I'm gonna look this up right now, but I was told it's like, if you get a large, it's like 3,000 calories. I don't think that's true, but chocolate, cake, shake, Portillo's calories. There we go. Hold on, I don't know if that a lot. It's not 3,000. That is insane, but service crew, as we all know, at least according to the general guidelines, your normal caloric intake is about 2,000, right? About 2,000. I think it might technically be a little more, because assuming that, like, if you're working out, if you're burning energy, right? Like, there's a lot of like different bits and pieces, but we're gonna say roughly like 2,000, right? Wait, hold on. We have these are differing claims. Either way, I think it's important. So a roughly normal daily intake is about 2,000 calories. There are two different things here that have two different caloric guesstimates, I guess. One is 1,050 calories, so half your daily intake. And the other is a large is 1,490 calories, so 75% of your daily intake. I got the medium, which I'm going to assume is 896 calories. But goddamn if that didn't fix me. I got my energy in order to get back to the hangar. I would not trade it for the world. But that's what's happened with me. I had quite the adventure. So true. Anything cool happen to you guys? Anything I missed while I was away? You guys have been playing the Arknights event? I need to catch up. I think after I end in a little bit, I'm gonna be pulling up Arknights so I can start catching up on the event, because I probably should have done a little bit more of that during my downtime at Frosty's, but like I was mostly just mindlessly doing my gacha daily, so I was doing a lot of Ensemble Stars daily. I've been playing more Ensemble Stars lately, which is really nice. Just at least logging in and getting my daily stuff in. I'm interested in getting that, like, Mayoi has a little, a welfare, I guess you could call it. So I got the one version of him. I want to get him fully maxed out. I don't know if I will. I'll probably at least get a few extra ones. The only bad thing is, like, that Mayoi, welfare from the current event, you don't get anything from it. I don't even think he has an SPP. Like, it's really kind of sucky. He might have an SPP. He probably has an SPP, but like he doesn't even get like a room outfit or anything. It's kind of lame. Actually, no, I don't think he has an SPP. I think it's just a yellow. I think it's just a yellow Mayoi, which I think I already had. But I guess I can give him like a high enough level, and his skill is okay. But yeah, I've been playing for that recently. Arknights, I gotta do my catch-ups on that, but I've been actually doing like the dailies on it. I've actually been like spinning my Sandy, or at least I was while I was away, so that was really nice. Nothing to show my end. That's completely fine. No news, as they say, Almina, is good news. The stuff from the American bureaucracy, that is the opposite of good news, because that is kind of a jerk. The American, there's no bureaucracy like American bureaucracy, or just in general. Bureaucracy kind of sucks. Waiting for like your paper to get your forms to get like this, that, or the other thing for like your taxes, your healthcare, or literally anything. Like, it is not great, and I wish you nothing but the best of luck in actually being able to get through your bureaucracy woes. Because it feels like at the end of the day, sometimes it's just like random on which poor sap you get like linked up with at the other end of the line. I think so. I've been doing the Ensemble Stars. I was doing that. I logged into Blue Archive. Blue Archive is I logged into it back in December, so I gave my swimsuit Kana, which I did, fully great. And then I think I logged in like once or twice since then, just because it's somewhat up to date. So I logged in. It is probably the stankest game that I currently have. I don't even like playing it. I just log in, I just see Ogata Kana, I'm like, okay, and then I like close it. Is basically how I've been with Blue Archive. Because the gameplay is just not it. What is? Oh, Alice Guy-Gis. That was the other one. I was like, there's a third actual gacha game I've been playing recently that I've been enjoying. Alice Guy-Gis, my classic, my favorite, because they had their 7-year anniversary last week. So with that, you get so sure, if you want to play a game right now, if you want a gacha game, which is in Japanese, unfortunately, but if you want a gacha game, play Alice Guy-Gis. They're currently having their 7th year anniversary, during which I think I already picked them up, so I don't know if they're still going on or not, but I think you get a free 2-star, free 3-star of your choosing, of any character you want, which is good, because 3 stars can be very usable, so you just get to pick your favorite character and use them as a 3-star right now. You get, for the 7th year, it's a new dress, which is based on the 7 Deadly Sins, where technically it's one dress, and it has like 7 different alternate forms, so you get to swap to it. Very cool. Got a lot of other bonuses. I didn't buy, I've only bought, the only game I've ever bought money in is Alice Guy-Gis. And I'll be honest, I'm looking at it, I'm side-eyeing it. I don't want to, I kind of want to do it again. But I haven't actually like played it enough recently that I can actually invest another bit into it. But they do have a thing where like if you do buy it, you do get a selector. And I do kind of want my Nikaido Tsukasa another, so I can fully like upgrade my Nikaido Tsukasa. That's a whole other thing though. But like, oh, it's a fun game. Would recommend it if you're looking for something to get into. Trying to balance 4 gachas. That's not even counting Horse Rails when that comes out, Amina. Because I know you, like me, are definitely gonna be on that when that comes out. At least trying it once, right? We've been waiting years for it. Yeah, I think that's all I got. Let's see. We're all caught up. Do we have any plans for the rest of the week? We have Arknights tomorrow, so we're doing the catch up on the story there. We're finally playing Avaria, or Varia. W's pronounced as V's. We're playing Avaria on Thursday, which I've been looking forward to since last year, because that was the game that I wanted to play at the beginning of the year, after my Elden Ring stream, and then I got sick and I died. And so I had to move until after Idle Month, so we get to play that on Thursday finally, which is great because I wanted to listen to the soundtrack because it keeps popping up, because I really like the soundtrack. The dude that does the sound design for Helltaker and what's the Helltaker Dev, whatever his name is. He has Mitzi's. Mitzi's is the name of the artist that does the soundtrack for Helltaker and a lot of other stuff. I like Mitzi's stuff, but I have not listened to the Avaria soundtrack, even though it's been popping up in my YouTube recommendation, because I want to hear it in-game first, right? So Van Ripper is the Helltaker dev. Thank you, Almina. Yeah, so Van Ripper works with Mitzi's a lot for soundtrack, and so I've been wanting to listen to Mitzi's Avaria stuff, but I haven't because I want to listen to the game first. So I'm really excited to play it on Thursday, finally. Service crew, we're going to be kissing ghosts. And by us, I mean you, because I'm going to play as, I think, basically a female service crew member. That's how ever since I saw it over a month ago, in my head, I was like, this is the game for all the service crew lesbians. They get to play as the female service crew, and they get to kiss ghosts, which I, honestly, at this point, that's what I imagine you guys do down there all day in that basement. I don't know what you guys do, but part of me imagines at least one of you is doing that. And honestly, I need to see what you guys are doing there. But yeah, that's what we're playing on Thursday. Good lord. Retreat. Kissing male ghost. We gotta get the male version of Avaria. We got the bi version of Avaria. Get both kinds. Let's see. I think that's all we got though. And then oh yeah. So as a heads up, so this Sunday we didn't have anything because I was out. Next Sunday also, I'm not gonna be out. But I will probably be back from a different trip. I'm gonna wait and tell you guys a little bit more about that after it happens. But yeah, as a heads up, next Sunday will not be a normal stream either. But I'm thinking next Sunday, mark your calendars if you want to, we're gonna be doing a watch along in the Discord. We haven't done one in a bit, right? And I think it's gonna be because we've had our Idle Month, right? It's gonna be February. Idle Month is officially 100% over. I don't know if it's a good Discord watch-along stream, but you know what? It'll certainly be memorable. We talked about like it forever ago that like watching Perfect Blue for Idle Month would be interesting. And I watched Black Swan, which is heavily referenced from Perfect Blue. So then we're gonna watch Perfect Blue, which, you know, get ready for that one. Will that be a good decision? I don't know. Be an interesting one. That will be Sunday, Mayu. Specifically at like, more than likely the time that I've typically done watch-alongs for Sunday is usually like 6 o'clock Central, which would be 2 hours before this stream started. So 4.5 hours ago from current time would be like when we watch it, is my assumption. What I typically have done though is I typically do I'll put a poll in the Discord later, and I'll give you guys like 3 options. I'll give you guys like 4 o'clock Central, 6 o'clock Central, and 8 o'clock Central. 8 o'clock being normal stream time. And we'll go from there. Because I probably won't do 2, because I'll probably be a little bit jet lag still. And I'll probably just like want to sleep in and deal with that after it happens, right? But yeah, that way it's gonna be probably a little bit jet lag. But we get to watch a movie, sit back, relax, have a little, I don't want to say a fun time, given what my understanding of the movie might be about, but have a time. I think that's all I got though. I did my dance around, did my Frosties, I did our ketchup. I got all the information from you guys about your loves of ghosts in many shapes and forms, and your hatred of American bureaucracy, which mood. So true. Shall we wrap? I'm leaving the bean there. That bean. One day I'm gonna go to the bean. That's gonna be insane. You guys are gonna know like from miles around when I go to the bean. I'm gonna get super excited for that one. Let's see. So let's wrap up by. Ooh. This seems cool, actually. I'm gonna send you guys over to how do you decide? There's apparently a collab going with WizHat, Milo, Free of Me, and Sorcerer and Vorkus apparently going on right now. Very sick. I guess technically they're all doing the same thing, right? So it should be like a combined chat. Huh. That's cool. I'll go whoever shows up first on my like list when I go to click on following. Who do we got? Milo. Send you guys to Milo. Sick. They're doing a collab of Pico Park 2 apparently. That's cool. So Sergio, I want you guys to check them out and go say hi. But with that, I got nothing else. So Sergio, it was great to see you guys again. I missed you guys a lot. I missed Spare Parts a lot too, actually. Here, come here. Like I think I tweeted out on like Saturday night when I was like crashing that I was like, man, I should have brought Spare Parts along. Like, but he's back. Got my plushie with me, and we're in there. So crew. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. And hope to catch you next time. Peace out, everyone. All right, and see you there in 3, 2, 1. Go say hi.